We're live. This is the Comment Hall and Round Table Discussion, and we have a full house tonight. It is I, Matt O. We've got Big Remo on the panel. We've got Brother X is in the building. Jace is in the building. Brother Al and Sean, the man they call Stapler, is in the house. Gentlemen, how are we doing tonight?
Doing great.
Good. Let's get right down to business. WandaVision ended last week, and it's a lot of speculators mad as shit. They are 38 hot. I'm enjoying the banner in the groups I'm in. You got people cussing and fussing. Mephisto never showed up. Yes, I know I was on the panel. I said I thought Mephisto may be on the show, but I did not live and die by if Mephisto would have showed up on the show, because I did not go out and buy a $3,000 comic book to say I had it first. So if he showed up, I can get on eBay and mark it up to $20,000. No, I did not do that. But a lot of shine bones out there bought that book, and they are pissed off. And guess what? I ain't got shit for you. So, fellas, I thought the show ended with a bang. I went back and watched it again, and now it's in rotation like I watched Luke Cage. So, I mean, some people are saying that the
Luke Cage.
Rough. Yeah, Luke Cage, man. Season 1 and 2. I go back and watch 1 and 2 over and over.
I watched season 1, episode 1 through 6, and that's it.
I just like the episode. My favorite episode is the one where they was in the club. And
that was episode 1 through 6.
Yeah, that was every episode.
The one when Diamond King had old boy sitting in the chair like a damn fool.
Man, the minute they showed him, that's when it went down. Matter of fact, when they killed Cottonmouth, that's when it went down here. But hey, let's get back to WandaVision.
We'll get on that, man. We'll get on that. We'll be talking Luke Cage all night. No, WandaVision. A lot of people complaining, saying, "Oh man, it was a letdown. Oh, it ended wrong. Oh, woe is me." And to quote Al Rainey this week, all y'all folk that was complaining with 9 times out of 10 speculating.
Yep. They were just hoping for a grand appearance from a big character they expected. That's all they were hoping for.
And if y'all ain't figured out by now, Marvel gonna surprise your ass when you least expect it. And half of y'all didn't even sit there and watch the last 2 end credit scenes.
Nope.
Oh yeah.
So, fellas, let's get right to it. Your thoughts on WandaVision?
I'd be almost singing it.
All right, so
that's all I heard in the background.
It's the end credits, baby. It's the end credits.
All right, Sean, we're gonna let you roll, man.
Your boy John Legend over here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I'm happy them fools got upset and butthurt about the ending of WandaVision, because they weren't true fans of the series. They probably were the ones that was bitching up about the first 2 episodes. You know, complaining about it's slow and I don't like this story with the whole sitcom stuff. And they've written it off at the beginning. And then as soon as episodes kept going on and on, and they see how it's getting better, they start looking at the speculation point, like, oh, I got that Avengers West Coast 45, and the Nexus issue and all that stuff. But when they kept raising expectations, all these theories, because that was the whole point of this series, when the people was watching, like, they theorizing what can happen, who's gonna show up. Is Doctor Strange gonna make a cameo in the last episode? Are we gonna get Mephisto or Nightmare and all these Dark Universe characters? And the finale was perfect. It was all about Wanda defeating Agatha and retroactively destroying the Hex and just going back to normal. And people was like, "What the fuck? This ain't the end of the X-Men. I wanted Mephisto to jump in there and just bust it up,
Yeah.
So I'm glad that it ended the way it did, and I'm glad all those people are butthurt and upset because I'm like, y'all wasn't fans at the start of it. Yeah,
right.
so screw all y'all.
You know what? The fact that to support that man, most of these folks didn't even have that down West Coast Adventures book, man. I mean, in that book was in the long boxes across America in the 25-cent bin for years.
Mhm.
And don't even get me started on Scarlet and Vision.
When
That
Infinity
comic book.
War happened and the stones took away from Vision, you see his body, you should immediately thought White Vision. That should have been the first. That was the first thing that came to my head. White Vision is going to come. He's going to come.
Well,
So
and the
from then
fact
on, that book
but-
should have been already spec.
well, the fact that Paul Bettany told everybody that he was going to be the secret character. I mean,
Did he say secret character or he was a guest character? Because I think
he was going to be the guest appearance.
Yeah, he said it was
You know what I'm
guest
saying?
character
He
that
was gonna get to work with somebody that he always wanted to work with or whatever.
He want to work with himself.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You take for that what you will.
Man, got double paid, man. I ain't mad at him.
Remo,
Yes,
your
sir.
thoughts, brother.
Say again.
Your thoughts.
I second what Sean said. I mean, I think that it ended the way it was supposed to. I think the whole show was a segue. It wasn't supposed to be anything as deep as everybody thought it was because it was only going to be for one season. So it wasn't sense in putting a whole bunch of characters into the show that it wasn't going to go anywhere. It's just it's a bridge from it to the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, and I think from there, that's when you'll see, if you do, cameos, kind of like the movie we're going to talk about later. You're going to see a bunch of different characters that you recognize, and then it's like, oh, there they are, and then from there you can do whatever you want from that. You know what I mean? But I don't think it was the speculation was grasping at straws, to say the least.
All right. Al?
Thank you for joining us, showing up tonight. We appreciate you. If I was a petty person, I would have gone to every last one of these pages that speculated that there was 100% proof that Mephisto was going to show up. And I would have just put laughing emojis, like I would just troll the page with laughing emojis all the way down. I know one in particular. I ain't going to eat front. But I decided not to do that because that's not the Christian way.
That's not the one that said the show was going to be
Terrible.
slow, it was trash, and that it would be canceled.
If I was in one of them channels, I would be deleting them videos immediately.
You ain't talking about the one bad by Ken Nugent, are you?
Yeah, and John
Lord.
Boy and Mike Hostelo, if you're from Georgia. But anyway,
Matt Murdock.
My expectations of the show were what's up, Tito? But yeah, man, I enjoyed that show. I was a fan of the show from jump. I feel like what you laughing at, man.
Look in the chat.
Oh my God. Okay.
Oh man.
Hey.
Oh, man.
That's the comedian he talking about, y'all. But anyway,
hey, because the shit he posted was funny as fuck.
Yeah, well, funny. But anyway, but I mean, as far as it goes, well, he chose put him on Front Street.
Hey, boy, hey, some blood, boy, some blood.
Oh, man.
Might well pull up the Facebook profile, shit, you know. but straight up though, man. So what now?
I still got receipts.
Yeah, it's all good. But man, that show exceeded my expectations, man. And good for the speculators that got it wrong. Served them right. Good for them people that went out there and did a promo and got books that right now is one worth what they actually paid for them. Good for the people that didn't fall for that foolishness. Yeah, the WandaVision, man, it leads me to it's a few things, and one thing we've talked about amongst ourselves, different ones. one thing that I noticed that WandaVision actually touched on that a lot of people hadn't even talked about was that episode, and I think I talked to Matt about it, the episode where Agatha took her back in time. And when he took her back in time, he showed her how she used her powers before she actually was involved with that time stone. Nobody, I hadn't seen all these people that were talking about Mephisto and Nightmare and Darkhawk and all them. Nobody has actually mentioned that. And that's one thing to consider. One thing I loved about that show is that they actually planted seeds throughout the show that at some point in time is going to come back. It's a shame that every book that was associated with something that had something to do with Vision or Wanda was just astronomically out of this world. About 2 weeks ago, Matt and I went up to Dave's Comics in Fayetteville. Shout out to Dave. And he told me that a West Coast Avengers 45 sold on eBay for not eBay, but Facebook auction 9.8 for $2,000. Why is that book being sold for $2,000? And that book, like Matt said, has been in dollar bins and 50-cent bins and $2 bins and $3 bins forever.
Yeah, West Coast from the Great Heist.
Right, West Coast Avengers 61 was it was the first time they mentioned that Wanda was a Nexus being. eBay got it for $60-$70. It's been a dollar book forever.
It's still a dollar book.
Yeah, it's still a dollar book. My thing and my biggest concern now going forward, number one, WandaVision set the bar high for any MCU TV shows, the Disney Plus TV show. They got to come with it. And, you know, they're going to hopefully do that in their own way. But the Spec game, man, about to get crazy. We about to see some more stuff, man. Like the first appearance of Sam Wilson eating a cheeseburger. When he eats cheeseburger on the show, whatever book he was eating cheeseburger in, it's going to jump up to about $200. I'm telling you, that isn't that how WandaVision went?
Yep.
I mean, anything that they saw that could have led to something, 100% confirmed. Mephisto is behind everything.
I mean, that's how you saw on YouTube.
And they had a song. It was Agatha all along.
Yep.
So
That song bop though.
it did bop for real, and I was just sitting there laughing at all these folks. Like that's why I said, man, they be glad I'm not the trolling type, because I would really be straight. I would be all over YouTube banned, man, for real.
People kept on hoping that Agatha was working for someone like Mephisto and all that. Nope.
And I'm actually glad that they did that, because like Remo said, the show for what it was worth, that, you know, for what people were asking that show to actually provide, that would have been too much for that show. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I kind of surmised that Adam Bashir would show up just based on something that that Monica had won the episode, but that made sense because she worked with Adam Bashir in the Ultimates in the comic book. I'm not just coming out of left field with something. It didn't happen. But I'm not sitting here making video like 100% Blue Marvel's in the show. Like he was somewhere in the back cutting grass, you know. But I'm glad.
In a different part of her knowing him, it could have been after this takes place. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
We don't know the timeline really. You know what I mean?
Right, and you're right, we don't. But yeah, man, this whole Spec game, man, it's gonna get crazier as time progresses, man. I mean, we're gonna see, man. I'm telling you, Loki. Like matter of fact, and I'm gonna let it go. There's a West Coast Avengers book that's already shot up, and it's actually got the first appearance of the Time Association or something, and that group is supposed to be in Loki, and that's already a book that's on a spec that's kind of like fluctuating and stuff. So by the time that book, right, something like that, but by the time Loki show up and they actually say their name, that's gonna be an $800 book. So. You know,
new listers on eBay. Oh boy.
Yeah, once that happens, you got if you're selling books, like if you're in a spec to sell, then yeah, you wait for that to happen, then you sell that book for $1,000 and somebody will buy it. But like you said, it's still a dollar book. It's not going to be worth anything after the show is over. You know what I mean? It's still a dollar book. You know, like.
And if y'all think this is bad, y'all wait until next Friday.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, you know, the funny thing is, on my show, when I brought it up about Falcon and Winter Soldier, who that start going into these are the books you need to start looking at, before Falcon and Winter Soldier, because you can get them cheap. He brought up like first Sharon Carter and first other books, and he like, if you want to get them, you better get them now, because once Falcon and Winter Soldier come out, that he gonna see everything.
Hold on just a second. Yeah. If you want them books, your ass better be in the car tomorrow heading up to Fayetteville. Or you may be your ass in the car trying to find
or Urban Comic down in Florida, yo.
Yeah.
But as far as Sharon Carter, why now instead of
she was already introduced
right?
Soldier. That was her first. She already had a big role in that movie. So, I don't think she's gonna become anyone. She ain't gonna become no major character or anything.
Right.
So why is that book? That book's already been hot.
Right.
It's not getting any hotter now because she's on the TV show. Come on, man.
But y'all know how this shit work, man. I mean, look at right here. Space Jam.
I saw that.
Yeah, it's $100 book now. Fucking Space Jam. But this is how this industry is now. The comic book industry is whatever trends, it goes out of the roof.
Well, I want to kind of piggyback on what Al said. When asked Al, were you done? Were you finished? My bad.
No, I was just gonna piggyback off of what Sean said in regards to the whole Spec thing. My thing is this, if you are into comic books for speculation, then that's fine. You do you. But if you in it just to see what you can get before the show even start and just speculate on stuff out of the blue just because, man, I don't jive with that, man. Because my thing is that when you have people and me and Tito, aka Kingdom Comics, we see eye to eye with this. You have people that are new to comic collecting almost daily, and when you were in a situation, man, where like at this point, everybody on this panel and everybody that's in the chat that owns comic books, you have your comic book collection has the propensity of having a key in it at any given time. Mm-hmm. I ain't talking about major keys. I'm not talking about the first appearance of the Hulk or Iron Man. I'm talking about the second appearance of Paste Pot Pete. I mean, Paste Pot Pete versus the Avengers. I mean, I don't know why I like Paste Pot Pete. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that at this particular point, speculation has made it to where people got triggered, they got itchy fingers, they got trigger fingers, and they're ready to pull the trigger on something that they might think, like Sean was saying about, who that. And I mean, if that's what you do, that's what you do. That's fine. But why does it have to be that way? Comic books didn't used to be that way. We knew that there were established key books, and at that point, anything that weren't what's up, Barbarian? Anything that wasn't considered a key book, like X-Men #1, John Size X-Men, Journey in the Mystery, First Appearance of Thor, those types of books, everything else flew under the radar, and then you would just focus on what's the name of the Overstreet to give you guidance on any other keys. But now it's like the Wild West, man. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's the movies, man. It's the movies. These people are going crazy over these movies, and they want to buy books when they're not even true collectors.
Right.
They just want to get the books because this character's going to be in the movie, or this character's in the movie. They love the movie, and now they want to try and purchase the book at a higher value than what it originally was. It's crazy.
Yeah, I can see getting like a heads up and being like, "Oh, I seen that at the LCS. Let me go grab it." Before it gets out of hand. If it's a book in one of your runs or something, like if it means something to you, but if you just grabbing it and just to, I don't know. I think anything you buy, you should have a purpose in mind with it. Like maybe if you're gonna flip it, like I don't see a problem with that, but just running up the score for no reason to me is like, it's pointless. You know what I mean?
Like you pretty much just saying do it with whatever intentions you have of doing it.
I don't think you gotta like it has to be like like a reason behind it per se. Like, but don't do it just to do it. Like there's people I see that are running up books and it's just to run them up because they're sitting on a bunch and they want to sell them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And they're like, oh yeah, if you get this one, this will, and they run it up, and then all of a sudden, like you said, it don't jive, and then all of a sudden they done off 5 or 6 of them, at top value, and then it doesn't mean anything, you know. I mean, the only reason why those Mephisto books didn't go, they went crazy, but it was only going to be crazy for people who could afford to buy those books.
Yeah.
Like the first time people coming out ain't going to be able to get those books, you know what I mean? Or at least they shouldn't want to get those books. Like the average collector shouldn't. That shouldn't be the books that they're aspiring to get, are these books that they know nothing about just because they're worth something.
Right.
Yeah. The Mephisto books originally were expensive because of it was hard to get those books in a high grade.
Exactly.
That was the original reason why the book was to be expensive.
That's
all of a sudden, you tack on Spec, and so you add an extra $750 to the price of the book.
And then that allows the people who have low grade copies to sell them and get those high grade copies because they're sitting on 2 or 3 of them at a low grade, and then they can get rid of the ones that they don't necessarily want to get a higher grade. Yeah. You know what I mean? I guess that's cool. You know, I mean, I guess that's how the game goes. You know what I mean?
But I asked the same question that I asked about Sharon Carter is, why would WandaVision be the one to drive this book to go high when we've already seen Mephisto on the big screen? So what is how are they formulating their spec when this stuff has already been put out there for us to see? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm on the same tilt with Matt where it should have been like it's driven because it was such a hard book to get in a high grade. But these books didn't skyrocket when we saw it. Now, granted, it was an awful ass movie, but it didn't skyrocket when we saw it in Ghost Rider. Yeah, you know, it probably dropped down after how trash that movie was. But
it was
you know,
12.
Right. All of a sudden now, because of the potential of seeing it in a TV show, that's what made it spike up even more.
That the MCU announces that was in previous movies, any character they're gonna bring over, those books are gonna go up.
What has the first appearance of Mandarin gone back up?
Mandalorian?
No,
Mandarin.
It should.
It should, but you know, after we got Iron Man 3 and saw the fake Mandarin,
well,
like
they haven't even touched on whether we ever gonna see him.
Well, they said we're gonna see him in Shang-Chi. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's confirmed. Yeah, that's confirmed. Like, but ain't nobody talking about that because everything's been overshadowed by WandaVision. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
But one thing I wanna ask, kind of piggyback off what Al said in that episode when Agatha took Wanda back in the past and showed her using the powers and whatnot. How is it that nobody's harping on the fact that we have officially seen our first mutant in the MCU? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's there. Everybody's been trying to find different characters of who they're gonna bring in to be the first mutant. Hell, even we didn't guess that. You know what I'm saying? But it was put right there in front of us, and nobody said anything about that.
You know why? You know why? Because
they went right back to White Vision and harping on Mephisto.
Yep.
The majority of the folks who watch that don't even know who the hell Scarlet Witch is outside of
Exactly.
first
Right.
They have no clue that she's even tied to Magneto in the comic book. No clue.
Yeah.
But even with that though, you still have all these folks going crazy about seeing Magneto in the show. As a possible, you know, like
saying Magneto. Oh, maybe
now let's go back. Now let's go back, y'all.
How?
So
right.
So could you imagine how stupid it would have looked? And I'll admit, if they would have said something, maybe it's like a drop of word mutant, that'd been pretty cool. But could you just imagine how fucking stupid it would have been if Magneto just pulled up in the road?
Right. I was watching somebody and they were talking about Polaris.
I will say, the design of the Scarlet Witch costume was
Yeah. I mean, I like that. I like that.
Go ahead, Al.
Let me just say this, man. I'm gonna have to rebut you. I'm glad they didn't say the word mutant because I'm still looking for giant size X-Men.
Yeah, and on that note too, let me throw this out there because me, Al, and Larry talked about this in the parking lot for an hour Wednesday. Whatever X-Men book you want, the comment hall and ride table discussion as of tonight is putting everybody on notice. You better get that book now. You better hurry. You better get what you can get. If you can find New Mutants 98 for $200 over at Bill's back and pack, you better get it.
I went
Low
last night.
grade, high grade, any grade. You
I
better
went
get
to
it
a
while you
shop
can.
last night that I hate, and I knew they had a New Mutants 98 for like less than $500. I went there last night. That bitch was gone.
Told you. You gotta go
it's
get it while
one,
you can.
And it wasn't there for years, boy.
hey, they got one in one of the shops that we have here in Macon, but it's if you like cat piss, hey, go ahead.
It's sold. It's gone.
Even with the cat piss and everything, all the stains.
Hey, bro, they gonna press and clean it.
Nah, ain't no cleaning that.
They gonna
Ain't no,
press
that's a whole different yellow page right there. Nah,
I went through it. Yeah.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's where we at now. It's to the point where you have to literally look ahead and go grab what you can before it get out of hand quickly. But you know,
Did y'all notice in the scene against Agatha when how she was laying every energy ball just throwing it at her and how those random ones just missed her? Did anybody foresee her putting those what do you call them
The runes,
the ruins? Yeah,
I noticed that's when I was looking at that. I think she's intentionally doing that for a reason.
right. Because she was aiming everything at her and then just casually barely missed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What I
doing
was
that on
looking at
purpose.
is it looked like every time she got hit, it looked like it was Doctor Strange's coat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like every time she got hit by her red the energy, it was like it only popped up and it looked like she had a collar. And I was like, maybe it could be like Doctor Strange, like, you know what I'm saying, doing something to kind of test her, but I was like, nah. I don't want to take myself too far into that one.
And then earlier in this episode, another book that had people talking about was the Darkhold book.
Yeah.
And that book was already introduced in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Two shows, and no one talked about it.
hey man, that was all over Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I wasn't gonna say nothing, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I was talking to a couple of people like that Darkhold thing, and this is a prime example. All right, so there's a book called Marvel Chillers, number 1. It's the first appearance of Mordred, the Mystic, right? Shout out to Origin Story Comics. About 2-3 years ago, I actually found 2 copies of that book. One of them actually had magic markers. Some idiot wrote on it for some reason. The other one was in pristine condition. I was on Instagram a few days ago, and I followed this comic book store. I think it's AM Comic Sales or something. Can't remember specifically. They had a posting for that book for $25. $25. So I go to eBay. Of course, the price is inflated times 5 on eBay. $50, $60, $70. So I go to, I check out the Key Collector app because I check it out for keys. And I go on there and it's in the comic book, it mentions the Darkhold. That's it. First appearance of Mordred, but now on eBay, that book's $50, $60. Why? I'm done.
Crazy.
Hey man, wait. It's insane. It's insane, man. Also, Monica Rambeau.
Yes, that's what I want, Bobby. Let's talk about the future of what this show has just set the stage for. You have
She has set the stage for fineness.
yes.
She sure will, boy.
He is the only reason why I will watch Captain Marvel 2. Monica Rambeau. She's the only reason why. I have no interest
As long as she running.
outside of Monica Rambeau.
As long as she running and the camera behind her.
Towards the basement.
Yeah.
And she's a Virgo too, bro. And she's a Virgo. That's even better.
Lord.
So
I was so happy she wore that outfit for 2 episodes.
And I'm still mad about how I know this gonna left field, but I'm mad at how what's his name, the fake Quicksilver had butt beads on his neck.
Yeah, right. She just
Yeah, you got magical anal beads that laying around, and you just decide to throw them on his neck. Come on,
Corona, man.
And she just pulled it off.
Corona. Agatha a freak, boy. She said, "Hold on."
But yeah, so we got Monica Rambeau, who, if you all stayed to watch the end credits, which a lot of these shine bones didn't even know until like 2 or 3 days later, because I seen it in some groups.
With
we
all
know
these years of training in the MCU, you know good and damn well not to start watching to the end.
Exactly.
The very end.
And I want to say they even told you to stick around
Right
before the end because there was going to be 2 of them. And you still missed it.
Yep. And so
most of them mofos was just mad that no Mephisto showed up, so they just turned it off and discussed it.
I told you, man, them books were down to $1. So Monica Rambeau is going to see Nick Fury.
Yep.
For those who just don't use no level of common sense, we all know
right.
It correlates that she's going to see.
People already forgotten the end credit scenes in Captain Marvel.
Yep.
He was up there in space for sure. People already forgotten that. I forgot because how bad Captain Marvel is. I don't mind. I don't blame.
I was just waiting for Nick Fury to show up at McDowell's and try and rob it.
Hey, if he would have came in with an iPad,
I mean, they brought everybody back except for him,
but he said
her sister, and
Eric LaSalle, man. So good.
Oh no, LaSalle, man, he over there directing these TV shows, these top-notch TV shows, man.
Yeah, he directed.
Yeah, he's actually done some.
It would have been no reason to show unless he would have hooked up with one of the people that was from Zamunda. There was no reason for him to be in that movie.
I mean,
but we can talk about that later. Though.
We'll come back to that. So, the Monica Rambeau books have exploded. Well, they were already kind of firing up.
Well, I'm gonna talk about this later on because I got one of them. But oh boy,
right there.
So what you're saying right there now, going back to what we talked about earlier, get those books now or cry later, but cry later because
because you
want to sell them, or because you need them in a run, or you want to have them for the PC, and so that's what I mean. Is that FOMO or?
I was just gonna say FOMO. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I mean, if I don't know nothing about Secret Invasion or care about it, I don't want to spec on it.
Hey, right. I got the hardcover to that, so I'm not worried about buying no single issues and nothing like that.
So that's
I don't really care.
It is coming, we know it, but like, does that mean rush out and get the books? But rush out and get the books for what? Are you going to get them and sell them, or are you going to get them? Because you need them in your run. Like
the thing with Monica is that she played multiple characters, and we have no idea who she's playing, who she's going to be.
In my opinion, don't go out there rushing to get them and then talking about you gonna read them for what?
Yeah, that's what I mean. You can go download them online.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, that's what I do. If it's something that I don't know about, I just go download it and read it.
Right.
Like, I don't want that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want that unless it's got a dope cover, I'm good.
But you know what though? That's just from us being collective for so many years. Like we done got burned so many times buying something and reading it. Like, oh man, what is this?
Like you guys. I passed up on that West Coast Avengers 45 a million times. Like, I didn't know it was necessary to have. I still don't think it's necessary to have.
It's bottom out.
I got the arms. I don't care.
I'll say give that book.
I'm the type. For any old era books, if I already read the book, I'm not going to get it because I'm not the type that buy on spec. So
right.
Yeah, I'm not the type. If I already read the book, if it ain't the book that of my interest, I'm not getting it. So.
Yeah, so here's the question. But for everybody that's buying it to flip, man, buying a book, like we'll go back to 45. We use West Coast 45. You buying that book now, you basically shot yourself in the foot. Even the dog know.
Yeah.
He's stacking in their emotion.
Yeah. that you made a complete fool out yourself if you go to look to buy that book now, because one, the store owner is going to tear your ass up.
Right.
And then even if you go down to Charlie Flea Market, he going to tear your ass up too, because he going to know because it's been talked about.
I mean, it's going to drop down just like what was it, Thor 390. after Endgame? Wasn't
like,
it Thor
that's like
390 when he got millionaire? No, when he picked up when the first time Cap
Captain America.
picked up Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
You know that book skyrocketed off of that one little scene, and then now you can get that book for what, $20 again?
So that's what I mean. Is that good for the book and the collect and the community as far as if you have these dollar books like Matt said earlier, you can go look in your long box and potentially now the book that you looked at as it's only worth $1, if that. Now it gives a base of at least $20 for that book. Like if it's $1 book for 20 years and all of a sudden something happens, it's now worth $20, and then it goes down to 10. It's still worth more than it was just sitting in your box as fodder. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
So in a sense, that's good. But like, if you're just going to be running out to grab a bunch of dollar books, like for instance, yesterday I went and grabbed a couple dollar books because I had heard earlier that it was a potential the show might come out on Disney Plus. But I wasn't actively looking for that book. But I just so happened to be standing in line, and it was a bunch of them in the dollar bin, like literally a bunch in a bin that said buy 5 of these books and they're $3. You know what I mean? And I seen a bunch, and I was like, "Oh, I like the cover. I'm gonna grab them." You know what I mean? But it wasn't so much as I was specking on it. It just I heard it, I remembered it, I seen it, and I grabbed it. Now, am I gonna sell them? I highly doubt it. You know what I'm saying? But like me and Matt always said, if they left them there, they left them for me. So I ain't gonna leave one there. I'm taking them all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take every last one, especially if they're $1. So that's what it is, man.
All right. Let's move ahead. Next week, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. New TV trailer. I think a new TV spot dropped today.
I ain't watched nothing.
I was saying nothing that we hadn't already seen.
Right.
I ain't watched nothing. I haven't watched the last trailer of this. I ain't watching no trailers.
Now, the thing is, all the trailers are the same. They just flip the rotation of when they show it.
I'm going to go ahead and drop some on y'all. For all y'all folk, y'all complained about WandaVision. Y'all said that the show was slow, no action, it would get canceled. I don't want to hear shit come next Friday. Because this show is going to give you espionage. There's no telling who the hell we're going to see from Hydra. No telling who the hell we're going to see the first episode. It's going to be, I got a feeling this show is going to be a solid show all over the place. And you just don't know what the fuck you're going to get. At this stage of the game, if you watch your Marvel and hadn't figured that out, you just don't know what you're going to get.
I personally don't have high hopes for the show.
Well, we'll see.
I mean, I hope I'm wrong.
We shall see.
I think it's going to be a bunch of pointless action in it. That's just my opinion, though.
I don't know now, because I mean, if they follow that blueprint of Captain America, Winter Soldier, man, they're not doing that.
If they
ain't gonna do that.
Do not give me no hope, X. I'm trying to inject some positivity.
No, I'm just saying they Winter Soldier is a diamond in the rough, bro. They ain't gonna strike gold like that again.
Don't say that, man. They might.
Not with Winter Soldier and Captain America. I mean, Winter Soldier and Falcon. I can't even get a name. That's how excited I'm about the show.
But Batroc Khalifa is in it. George St. Pierre is back.
Yeah, that's right. I saw his name.
Yeah, of course he showed up again. Hell, Cap ain't there to throw his ass around no more.
It's next Friday. Yeah,
he gonna be flipping all around the place for.
And I have the first appearance of Batroc too. I got that for Duck Cheek. And I was like, the only way Batroc can win is if they bring in Michael Bisping so he can be
Hey man, get off St. Pierre, man. That's my butt.
Hey Sean.
Yes,
Sean, go ahead and put your Batroc on eBay now and put a buy it now price on it for $1,200 because he show up next week.
Put Falcon and Winter Soldier.
He show up next week. I'm telling you, my business gonna pick up. Boy, Batroc gonna be back on the hot trending topic on Twitter.
Hey, that'll be out. That'll be off of eBay about so quick, man.
I'm telling you, watch.
Hey, man, this is what I really would love. I know it ain't gonna happen. This is just all right. So this is why I don't have high hopes for it. Bucky is not gonna be old school Bucky.
He ain't gonna
Never
be
again.
Oh,
Never again. And I love Bucky as a character, but you know, when you introduce him in Winter Soldier and then his digression every time you seen him thereafter, man, I ain't.
I read somebody said Bucky took the blue pill.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he took the white pill. Yeah, that shit terrible.
Oh,
Like how you mean to tell me,
right?
huh?
They wiped him, right? Right. They wiped him in Wakanda or whatever else they're gonna say.
I guess they gave him
Hey, they
some
got
kind of herb.
man.
But my thing is, like, even if they wiped them, those instincts should still be there, and it ain't there.
Only
You know
his
what I'm saying?
combat skills, the only thing he still have.
Right. Like hell, he had lost them in toward the end of Civil War.
Yeah.
So if you have no high hopes for it, Sean, what about you, man?
I'm looking forward to it. It'll be different from WandaVision, but luckily they only made it 6 episodes. I think that was a good move because I don't know how long you could go 9 episodes or 8 episodes with this series. You know, especially after we done watched WandaVision and each episode kept getting better and better and you kept getting more intriguing. With a show like this, I don't know if you can keep that intriguing aspect if it was longer than 6. You know, so I feel like having it as 6 episodes is short. You can build upon each episode and then you have that big finale and then it's done. So I think that was a smart move, especially coming after WandaVision, because WandaVision, like Al said earlier, it's going to be hard for these shows to top what WandaVision gave us.
Set the bar pretty high.
Yeah.
Like, what are they gonna do with Zemo?
No, he's a character I'm looking forward to seeing him.
You know,
Yeah.
I want to like
him in this that we see in Civil War.
Well, like, did they just give him the mask just for fan service? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, what I saw in that, I was like, okay, he's smart, but he ain't nobody to fear. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me on my little input on
So
it. You know,
what was the group that he ran before Thunderbolt? Was it the Masters of Evil?
Masters of Evil. Zemo is
Yeah.
a more powerful, threatening villain. He's more of a tactical guy. He's the type that will outsmart you. So he's not a guy like as opposed to he's a great villain for Falcon and Winter Soldier. But in terms of as an overall villain for like the group like the Avengers, nah.
like, I wish they would have say, like, even though we ain't seen and hell probably ain't gonna see Black Widow, but I would have rather them had Zemo and Taskmaster partner up. You know what I'm saying? And have Taskmaster back in 1200 years ago when she was learning how to be Black Widow or whatever it's supposed to be.
Helmet. Yeah, helmet.
Will says, which Zemo are we getting?
Yeah.
Same one from Civil War.
Same one. Yep.
Like,
Helmet Zemo.
but like, what is his drive gonna be? Because he was technically defeated once he realized that he accomplished his goal.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
He won. Like the Avengers to turn on each other.
Right. So, like, what is he looking forward to now? I mean, shit. Tony Stark gone. Cap old. You know what I'm saying? What's his drive? What's his motivation?
We'll find out.
Yeah.
World dump.
Yeah, I read I have really domination.
World domination.
There you go.
Yep, that's it. The world domination.
He gonna hook up with Cobra Commander Destro.
Car bomber.
Now he gonna hook up with the brain, you know, with Pinky.
Oh,
Wait
wow.
it out.
Ian.
Car bomber.
All right, Al, what's your thoughts on the show, man?
I'm looking forward to it, man. Like I've been saying, that boy WandaVision, man. It's like I don't know, man. It's like a local act from Macon, Georgia, going on before Jay-Z and Wu-Tang Clan and stuff. It's like you really got to bring it now, man. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be, of course, a totally different show altogether, tone wise, because of the source material, the material that it's using. I mean, as just a fan of these particular shows, man, I'm excited to see it. Hopefully, it will exceed my expectations, or at least meet my expectations. WandaVision exceeded my expectations, so at least I hope it meets it. I hope that the show is interesting enough to where it actually brings, like, it actually has substance to it. I'm sure that show is going to lead to another movie, which is pretty much the, no pun intended, but the end game of these shows. They're actually segueing into movies. So what movie we don't really know at this time. However, I think towards the end of the show, they're probably going to give us some hints as to where it's going to go. But yeah, man, I can't wait. Let me ask this. Would this show be similar to how WandaVision was, where Disney drops it like early Friday morning, or does anyone know? What's up, G?
No, it's gonna be 3 a.m.
Yep.
3 a.m. just like every Mandalorian episode on WandaVision.
Is it only 5 or 6 episodes? Or?
6 episodes.
Only 6.
6 episodes.
So
that new report said that it's supposed to be 40 plus minutes every episode. So
I was gonna ask. I thought I saw it was gonna be close to an hour every episode. Yeah.
Let me ask y'all this. So if they're doing 6 episodes, are we gonna get like a mid-season finale or whatever, or is it gonna be one whole season?
One whole season, 6 episodes.
I don't think it'll be good to have a mid-season finale.
This ain't Walking Dead. Don't worry about no mid-season finale, man.
No.
Right.
But like, what would it be? I mean,
the Walking Sleep.
No, like after the 3rd episode, the finale, and then come back.
After 2 month break.
Right.
And then they find Morgan out of nowhere. He was cutting grass.
Hey man.
Morgan probably found his way to the MCU. He like, get the hell out of there.
He just kept walking. Oh, man.
I don't even want to talk about Morgan.
Remo.
Yeah, let's get out of the conversation.
Yeah, right.
Remo.
Yes, sir.
We're trashing. We spent the whole hour trashing that shit. I stayed away from that horse for a while. So, Remo, your thoughts, man?
No, I want it to be, and I'm not gonna go into it with high expectations, just because, like you said, WandaVision set it high, but I even think that the Winter Soldier movie set it even higher. So if I'm going into it hoping it's gonna be better than the Winter Soldier movie, it ain't gonna be that. So I'm gonna just say, let me see how it turns out. I'm not going into it with no expectation. I just want to see it. I just want it to be good. Maybe introduce a couple characters. I'm not going into it specking whatsoever.
Yep.
Partly because all them books is already highlight rent anyway, so it don't matter if you going into it specking. If you don't got those books right now, you're not gonna get them anyway. So
right.
Look here, man. If anybody going to this show expecting it to be greater than the Winter Soldier, you might as well just watch reruns of GoBots, man.
Hey, somebody said that a long time ago.
Somebody is expecting it.
Oh boy.
Somebody is expecting. Somebody expects
this is a great show right here.
I'm waiting for Ant-Man. So
off of one trailer, huh?
I'm waiting for Ant-Man. So
yeah.
So I'm not really worried about all this stuff. I'm just waiting for
the Russo brothers is directing the episodes, then I can see you coming up with that expectation.
Yeah, right.
Involvement on the show, so there should be no Winter Soldier expectations at all.
Right.
And he almost looks like a total different version of the Winter Soldier, man. So it's not like, you know what I mean? He looks all thin and
he's on what you call it.
He doesn't look aggressive. Yeah, he don't look aggressive, so he don't even look like he fit his clothes. So.
That's what scares me about it.
Hey, he was trying so hard to become Luke Skywalker, man. That's what happened.
Chill out. But here's the thing: are they gonna have?
Why not?
Are they gonna have all those cheesy jokes throughout every single episode, like we've seen in the trailer between Sam and Bucky?
That's his trailer. I mean, it's going to be a buddy show. The show is going to be between those two guys and their relationship.
It's going to be like Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I hope not.
Hold on.
It's gonna be like
no.
tonight.
One, two, two.
It depends on
Coin Vance.
Coin Vance or Boy
Coin
Luke.
Vance, man.
Boy Luke, Coin Vance, no.
Boy, Vance. Oh my God. Terrible. It looked like a million. That was in the multiverse of madness. That episode.
Hey, you remember that episode where all four was on there?
Yeah, that was like, and that was so awkward, wasn't it? Yeah. How you gonna meet him and be like, oh yeah, those are my cousins. You guys just happen to look like us and just wear the same clothes we wear too, right?
And for those that don't know, hold on. And for those that don't know, we talking about the Dukes of Hazzard. You know, black folks used to watch the Dukes of Hazzard too. So.
Yeah. We didn't even care about the flag on the roof until you know what I'm saying? I just like the orange car. My dad was like, "I'd be like, fool."
No, I need to see the one. I'm talking going off of this last comment right here. I need to see the Winter Soldier that caught Cap shield.
Exactly.
That's what I want. I know we ain't gonna see it. I'm just saying, like, that's what I want to see.
Cut through the street.
Like, right. I need an EMP to go off and unwash his brain or whatever, so he can go back to that.
He knew that was his ass. If he didn't get through that street, it was his ass. He was finna.
Hey! You undoing all the black man's work they did to clean his skull out, man.
Does Zemo still have that book?
Right?
Does he still have? Can he still say the keywords to trigger him?
That's all he got to do, right?
If those words don't trigger them, they're like, yeah, that Wakanda tech worked good, man.
All right, speaking of triggering.
That vibranium.
That Shuri was wearing that Black Panther suit, put it on him.
All right, next topic. Speaking of triggering. Not only did we get Falcon and Winter Soldier next week, but Xavier, we get the Snyder Cut next week, my friend.
The only reason I'm excited for the Snyder Cut because I'm excited for it to come and go. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've been talking about this ever since he got he stepped away.
For the long.
I don't like, dude. Either it's gonna be good or it's still gonna be trash, just like Justice League. I wanted to be trash, to be honest with you.
My issue is it's gonna be 4 hours.
No, what I think it's gonna be personally.
It's better than 6 hours.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you personally what I think. This is just me. I think the shit gonna be what they should have came out with the first time.
It should have been the 2 part movies like I predicted.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. What we see is not going to be what would originally came out. Because if that was the case, why the hell did Warner Brothers give him $70 more million to do something that was already done?
Yeah, that makes sense.
You mean to tell me he always had Jared Leto as the Joker in Justice League?
Speak on it, man.
You see what I'm saying? Like, this is not. It's not really. It's not a rant. It's just I want it to be bad so that everybody that's out here talking about we should have justice for Zack Snyder and this that, and the other, the Snyder Cut, blah blah blah. I mean, he's not a great director. Let's be real.
Yeah.
It's just facts, not a rant. Like, either every other movie he makes is decent, right? I like Watchmen, but he followed the books almost to the T, except for with the little bomb at the end instead of the squid, which I'm glad they retconned in the show. You know, you go back and watch Sucker Punch. There's nothing about Sucker Punch that says Zack Snyder is a great director. 300, it doesn't hold weight like it did when it first came out, because that was the first time we really saw something like that. Yeah. And Man of Steel was good, but it wasn't a great movie. Batman v Superman, come on! Even when we got the extended version of it, it made a little more sense, but it was still a bad movie.
I just saw Man of Steel for the first time 2 weeks ago.
And
I just watched it for the first time 2 weeks ago.
I still haven't watched it.
Like, I don't see what's so great about Zack Snyder and his vision, because now, granted, he is a comic book fan, we know that, but he don't know how to put the shit together. You know, when you got 5 different stories in one movie, that shit is trash.
He loves to throw like biblical stuff in his movies,
right?
Man.
Every movie, every single movie. Like you got the crown of thorns on the Joker. Come on, bruh. Come on, man.
Superman.
Queen G, I can rock with you on it. It's easy. But man, I wanted to come and go just so we can either enjoy it or dislike it, so that people start talking about it.
Yeah. I agree with Xavier on that standpoint. I'm tired of it. I'm following a couple of people who are just hyping the shit out of it. Like every time I see posters of it, I'm just like,
right.
Don't get.
Like,
I won't go into the comment section and burn it. Man, I have no interest. No, I'm just looking at it. Don't care.
Right. Right. I'm excited just to see Ben Affleck as Batman again because I like Ben Affleck's Batman the best. You know. I'm glad that I get to see Henry Cavill or Cavill, however you say his name, as Superman, because I do like him as Superman. But I'm not excited to see Gal Gadot after watching Wonder Woman 84 as Wonder Woman. Jason Momoa, he was good as Aquaman, but after seeing Aquaman movie, you go back and see him and be like, well, he's wrong, you know, because everything that happened in his movie contradicted what happened in Justice League.
Yep.
You know, what more can they do with Ray Fisher to make me want to see him as Cyborg anymore? Just because you put the mask over his face when he's flying, that's not going to be something that really intrigues me. Now, I want to see how they're going to do Ezra Miller as the Flash and with Iris. I want to see that to give it some more substance and take away all that cheesy comedic aspect from him that we saw in Justice League. Like, give me a smart Flash or a smart Barry Allen. That's what I want to see, and we're not gonna get that.
I just want to see him run better because I did not like the way
man, bro. You know what's funny though? He still run better than anybody in the Flash TV series minus Zoom. I want to see it. I want to come and go. If it's great, good. If it's not, I didn't expect it to be that good.
Yeah.
I ain't really got nothing to say behind Xavier, man. So I'm good. He said. I mean, I'm indifferent to the. I mean, I guess I'm one of the few people that actually like Justice League. I don't know, but I thought it was a decent movie, but I see where X is coming from, and Snyder Cut, man. Either way it go, it's not gonna really sway my opinion. Like I said, you remember Matt, me and you were always talking about how the movie wasn't that bad of a movie. It wasn't a great, excellent movie, but it was okay. But
did, and not to cut you off there, but I think the scab on this sword is that when we go back and we talk about Justice League, the movie was out of place. Y'all, you should have, all of these solo movies should have happened before y'all made that movie.
Before Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And
Superman should have had 2 movies. He should have had 2 movies. And Batman should have had a solo.
That was my biggest issue.
Right.
With Batman v Superman is them just doing the Doomsday storyline and killing Superman, and then you're gonna do Return of Superman. Like, I had no emotional attachment to Superman because of that shit.
Right.
No. Yeah. It did go back and Man of Steel and do what you did in that. I'm just like, what? Y'all have completely just went.
Here's my thing. When you make Gotham City and Metropolis sister cities,
so close to that,
I was like, what the fuck?
That was a turnover.
And then
it's like going from Macon to Atlanta.
Like, I could just look across the street and get them right there. Man,
it's like
your criminals can come to Metropolis and close.
Exactly.
No, man, it's like going from Macon to Gray. That's how close they were. Okay.
Shout out to Shane if you watching.
Now, here's the thing that really made Justice League horrible to me, and it was this one scene when Batman's lip quivered. I was done. I was done. I don't not like you. What? Batman would have never said that. Never.
That's Joss Whedon, man.
And that's why it was trash.
Yeah, they trying. He was so dark. in Batman v Superman, and you trying to light him up in Justice League? Like,
Right.
that don't fly. Nah.
He was better in Suicide Squad than he was in the other two.
Right. All he did was jump in water and punch Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to talk about Suicide Squad.
Yeah, Suicide Squad is a whole nother. Oh boy.
But for the little we got of Batman, he was used correctly.
Yeah,
And I was
I
like,
agree.
that's the Batman I want to see in a movie.
I agree. The fight scene in Batman v Superman is the Batman that I want.
Yeah.
That was the best you ever seen Batman kick ass on big screen.
That's really the only time we seen him fight.
And it was like straight out of the Arkham video game.
Right. That's what Ben Affleck said he wanted. He wanted pretty much all fight scenes lifted straight from that series, the game, you know? So
You got a perfect segue there. So the Batman has finished wrapped with production.
Oh.
God damn, Jay.
I so hate that we waited to talk about this now because I got to get ready to go. But
yeah. Hey, man, go ahead. Get your take on it before you go, man. Go ahead and get your take on it, man.
I'll put it like this. I just have to keep. I keep going back watching the trailer to keep me excited about it. You know, just seeing him tear down Buddy in the street and say I'm vengeance. I'm gonna leave it at that. I need that. If they keep that going,
yeah, that's all you want to see. That's the image.
I like. I mean, hell, I like that direction. You know, especially if this is supposed to be technically year 2 of Batman. Yeah, I want to see that. You know, I still not 100% sold on Rob Pat, but I know the motherfucker can act, so at least I get a great acting person portraying this young Bruce Wayne / Batman. So, you know, I can't wait to see the Riddler though. I like that twist, that take on the Riddler, and I'm hoping now everybody you talk about Spec, fucking quarter owls. How every single thing that they talk about in that trailer, everything leads to the quarter hours. Like you got a light shining off a man's face, and they're like, "I saw the mask." That defeats the purpose of what the quarter hours is. Everything they do is in the dark, just like Batman. So I mean, but I can't rant because I end up not making no money. But fellas, hey, been real. I enjoyed it. Gotta go get
bread,
man. I'm finna get that bread, man.
All right, brother. Have a good night.
All right, y'all.
All right,
y'all be easy.
Safe, sir.
Yep.
Jace, your thoughts on Batman?
Expectations very, very mild. Like he said, Pattinson, he can act. So it's gonna be interesting to see how he play Bruce. I'm more intrigued to see how he played both because Christian Bale, he played great Bruce Wayne, but I did not like his Batman, boy, especially his voice. That voice.
Shout out to Who That. And the G-Man is in the building. Yeah. Hey man, can somebody drop G the link to the chat if you want to join us tonight?
I feel your pain.
If you want to join us, he's more than welcome to come up on the panel tonight.
Do that.
Yeah, y'all watch what's the name? What was the last DC? Not Wonder Woman. The Harley Quinn movie. Yeah,
Birds of Prey.
Yeah, Birds of Prey. Because I watched a little bit of that a couple weeks ago, and I said, I just can't get into it.
Nope.
I just can't get into it. No.
Nope. I'll let Sean tell me about it.
Yeah, because
I ain't watch it.
I'm trying to be facetious over here.
my expectations for all DC movies is just very low. Just see what they do, because especially after Wonder Woman 84, oh boy. I came into that movie with really good expectations, especially coming off the last hey man. And this movie, like, oh man, Patty Jenkins, what happened, Patty? What happened?
You know,
what happened?
The way I'm gonna handle this next Batman movie is the same way I kind of handled the Dark Knight when they announced Heath Ledger. I kind of was like, All right, well,
Wait and
I
see.
just have to wait and see because you know.
I had no expectations for those Batman movies.
Because when they announced Heath Ledger, I looked at my coworker at the time and I was just like, "You talking about that Heath Ledger? The one that was in that movie?" He's like, "Yeah, that Heath Ledger." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Mm-hmm.
But we'll have to see this, and it proved me wrong. So hopefully this will prove me wrong as well.
Yeah.
So, Sean, your thoughts on the Batman?
I'll be honest. I really don't have thoughts. I really don't have thoughts about it. You know, like this topic is here, and I'm just gonna wait till the movie comes out and see how it is. You know,
Just wait and see post for DC movies. That's all. Yeah,
that's like when it comes to the trailer, the only thing I think of is the beatdown, the Penguin, and you know the whole thing with the Riddler was pretty dope. But I really don't have no more thoughts on it. I'm not a big Pattinson fan because I never really watched anything that he did. So I'm just gonna look and when the movie comes out, see how it is.
Al?
I mean, I don't know. Long as that Joker don't shine, I'm good.
And Remo.
I ain't got no. I don't read DC, so I'm not really. I ain't got no.
Somewhere Larry smiled. Somewhere Larry just smiled.
Yep.
Larry.
Yeah. Cracked a big smile too.
I got nothing for you, man.
You have endeared Larry now, boy. Summer news, breaking news for those who don't know. I just saw.
I just want to say I sent G-Spot the link if you want to join.
Okay.
Send one to who that too, because he can talk cards on there.
Yeah, we'll bring. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we only got almost 5. I ain't got we ain't got the premium yet, so we got one more person. Marvelous Marvin Hagler passed away, man.
Yeah, I just seen that.
Yeah, 66. So boxing legend there. For those who don't know, so that kind of is somber. Staying on the DC train, Batwoman, Batgirl, and Zatanna will be coming to HBO.
I saw that news. Yeah.
And what did you think about
it? Like I said, mid expectations low. I don't even have HBO Max. The 3 times I use HBO Max to do trials. So DC is gonna have to show and prove to me that for me to spend $14, because it's $14.99, right, for HBO Max.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely gonna have to show and prove it, because like I said, I ain't spending $14.99 to watch the Snyder Cut. And these shows here. Now, what else they got? Because now I see that only thing I will be going to spend $14.99 on is to watch all them anime shows. Batman and Superman, Justice League, Batman Beyond, all those shows. That's the only way I watch. But in terms of the DC TV shows, my expectations are
Hey, I'll go ahead, my brother.
Santana.
Well, the only thing I'm gonna spend $14.99 for, and I ain't gonna lie, is that Godzilla movie. So
yeah. See, I got one more free trial on that. Yeah.
I'm spending that $14.99, and I'll probably cancel it as soon as I watch the movie. So.
See, Godzilla.
I mean, that's the same thing you would pay to go into the theater anyway.
Yeah, I'm
pretty much.
It's hard to mess up a Godzilla movie. I mean, you can mess it up, but now,
hey man, they can botch it now. The green and black.
I'm saying,
Puff Daddy.
No,
that wasn't Godzilla's fault though.
Yeah, it sure wasn't.
That was America's fault.
On that movie. He has to input on that movie remote.
I went to the movie. I saw it at the drive-in, baby.
Ooh.
I was there.
You put the car right in reverse.
Yeah.
You throw that back end up, boy. Back
all
in
the
that
movies
driveway.
always Godzilla gonna only show up at the end. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna build it up, and then he gonna come, and then it's gonna be that fight. Because in the real movies, he was fighting through that one fight lasted the whole movie. You know what I'm saying? So it was like they're not gonna do it like that. But now,
so this is Colin versus Godzilla. It has to be epic.
Somebody has to be a bad guy though. Before they make
Godzilla the bad guy. That's what they gonna make him the bad guy. He's pretty much gonna be controlled.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's Mecha Godzilla then.
Yeah, because Mecha, we know that's what they pull in the Batman v Superman shit right there.
Yeah.
Mechagodzilla is going to come in and he's going to be the final boss of the movie.
Yeah. I mean,
pretty much.
He's always going to be controlled by somebody, and then he's going to come in and they're going to knock it off of his head or do something to get him work, where he's going to be a good guy, and then they're going to have to team up and, like Al said, team up, and it's going to have to be Mechagodzilla or something.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what they got
says, they have to step the game up. Yes, that anime is so good. I mean, I've said for the longest, why don't they get the writers from the cartoons and lay out these movies?
All their anime movies are awesome.
Yeah.
I got more anime movies than I got their live action movies. So
if they bring Godzuki up in it, then we'll talk. You know what I'm saying? Godzuki. Come on now. If they ain't gonna bring that, they're gonna have to bring somebody to break him out of it. Let him know that he got a heart. You know what I'm saying? All right, bring Godzuki up in there.
So it is now time for the main event of the evening.
Pepe Le Pew.
Well, you know what? Thank you. Let me go ahead and get on that too. Sorry, you full of shit. You know that, right? You're so full of shit. But you know what? I'm gonna go there. Since you want it. Go ahead, Al, because I'm pretty good to go.
Say what I got to say, man. All I'm gonna say is that when you dealing, so cancel culture is gotten to a point to where it's gotten out of control. And my thing is, I can understand people being weirded out by Pepe Le Pew, but what I don't understand is that how people can automatically call the character rapey and this, that, and the third. Now, there's a comedian on Instagram called Ryan Davis. If you don't know who he is, check him out. He's a pretty funny guy. He did a video a couple of days ago about Pepe Le Pew. It's a shame that we've gotten to a point to where people are quote unquote canceling cartoon characters when, number one, if you want to blame anybody, you will blame the people that actually put it out or produced it. Number two, you're looking at a time where that character was created during a point in time where, not saying that it's right, but it was the norm. Now, in today's standards, in the 21st century, what you would generally call Pepe Le Pew is thirsty. But apparently that term has been thrown out the window. Now, one other thing I want to bring to the table, a lot of these people that are canceling these characters have canceled Pepe Le Pew. For one, they're only going by what they've seen. I'm a huge fan of Looney Tunes, amongst other things, and I actually have a lot of them on deck, like collection.
Yes,
what people fail to realize is that the cat did not like Pepe Le Pew. For one, he was a skunk.
Yes.
A different species of animal. And then number two, he was stinking.
Exactly.
He stunk.
Exactly.
So that's the reason why the cat was repulsed by Pepe Le Pew. Number two, look it up if you don't believe me. I don't know how many episodes it was, but there was several episodes where Pepe Le Pew was actually the person on the other end of the stick. One of the episodes in particular, some black paint fell on Pepe Le Pew.
I remember that shit.
Oh yeah,
and black paint fell on Pepe Le Pew. It painted his tail, and apparently it deactivated his stank gland. And what happened was the cat fell head over heels with Pepe Le Pew, and the cat did everything that Pepe Le Pew did to her.
Yep.
So my thing is,
and then he ain't want it.
He didn't want that smoke. He was scared.
He
was
like, I don't want it like that.
Right. He was scared of the pee. That bottom line, he was scared of the pee. So when you certain things, man, I understand there are certain things that we go through in society that we shouldn't take lightly. I get that. But when you take context out of the situation and just want to say, well, okay, blah, blah, blah. It's just like in the hall, in our personal, like, private chat, if you want to counsel something, if you take that whole mentality and want to put the fact that he's a rapey type guy and that type of thing, or animal, then you want to take Yosemite Sam out the picture, because Yosemite Sam, you can misconstrue him as a racist. You can misconstrue Foghorn Leghorn as a racist. You can misconstrue him as a constructionist, or from the what's up, who that? You can construe. Okay, For example, Elmer Fudd. He had cartoons with Elmer Fudd and Daffy Duck. Most of the cartoons, he shoot Daffy Duck in the face, and his beak spin around.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's advocating violence. I mean, if you want to get deep into it, let's not forget Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote.
Roadrunner episode at least 2 or 3 times.
Roadrunner Wile E. Coyote breaks the bank every damn episode to kill Roadrunner.
And he could just go buy him some cooked roadrunner.
All the money that he get at Acme, he can just go to McDonald's and buy him a double cheeseburger meal and be done with it. But if you want to take it from that angle of cancel culture, you can say, well, man, that's bird on wolf violence, man. That ain't cool, man. They perpetuate violence every time he trying to maim and kill him. I mean, everything or anything in life at this particular point in time can be misconstrued as something that will be condemned, that will be deemed offensive. I saw a post, and I'm gonna let it go. They were talking about.
I want you to tag me in. I want you to tag me in. You got him in the corner. We can cut the ring off. I want to get tagged in.
People were talking about the whole thing with Pepe Le Pew. Go back and watch Family Matters and how Steve Urkel was on Laura. Steve Urkel would not let up.
He won.
I'm gonna take it a step further. The Parkers, Monique's character on the Parkers, she was a stalker.
She sure was.
She would break in old boy's house. She would if he was on dates with other women, she would show up at the date. She would forward a date. She was literally throwing herself on him. But do you hear anything about that? My thing is, if you gonna be a crusader for justice and truth, at some point we ain't even have TV, because in and everything, Fred Sanford dissing on Esther. Oh, that's abuse towards women. He always called her a hag or a witch or something.
So looking at
Big Ugly,
at Barbarian Kung Fu, like the Drunk Crows, Heckle and Jekyll, but they were supposed to be Amos and Andy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Marvin the Martian, you can misspeak. Okay, well, Marvin the Martian, he wears blackface, man. That's offensive to black people. Come on, man. I mean, anything in society now could be deemed as offensive if you let it. Yeah. If you let it. There's certain things are blatantly offensive, man. But how many of y'all on this panel, how many people in the chat saw Pepe Le Pew and said, hey, man, I'm going to approach a chick like that? Really?
No, never. Never. I think we watched growing up.
I don't know. I might have done it when I was drunk at a club before, though.
But there were libations involved, man. That was that Thunderbird and Alizé that you drunk, man. It wasn't just going straight up to somebody and just acting all thirsty and stuff, man. I mean, everything in life now can be misconstrued and be misinterpreted as something offensive to somebody. I'm gonna let you have it, Matt.
Let me tell y'all what y'all can cancel. Y'all can cancel these overpriced comic books. Y'all can cancel this all over the fucking place Spec. You can cancel all of this bullshit that y'all put in these groups. Cancel for y'all in the sports car community. Cancel these stores marking up these mega boxes by 80%. Y'all can cancel the shit y'all need to cancel. You ain't canceling.
Yeah.
You ain't canceling racism. No. You ain't canceling the bullshit that need to be canceled. Y'all go find a goddamn skunk that's been on TV for 70 years.
Exactly.
That we all grew up watching in your grandma's living room, eating a bowl of chips and a napkin full of vanilla wafers.
ain't been on TV in the last 20 years.
You know what I'm saying?
Back then, they only had 3 channels, man. They wanted to see that.
Hey, half these same folk talking about canceling this skunk was watching Boomerang when it first came out.
Yeah,
you know, this is an organized hit on a character that had absolutely no relevance at all. Nobody this week was thinking about fucking Pepe Le Pew. Nobody. Who on this panel was thinking about Pepe Le Pew this week? Nobody.
I ain't thought of that dude in, like I said, 20 years. Like when you see him, you be like, oh yeah, that's it. But I ain't watching him. I mean, you know,
like it's funny. Like when I didn't even find out about the news until I was at work, and I see this. Whole, they post a sign where like the Ghostbuster logo, and he's on it. And like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Joker.
Hey, Jason, I'm gonna put you in the background. Hey, Jason, I'm gonna put you in the background. I'm gonna bring Remo up.
Yep.
All right, let me get this right here. Not Remo. G is in the building.
G.
Gentlemen, love the conversation you guys are having.
Bro, nobody gave a damn about that skunk until this week. Just like nobody gave a damn about Dr. Seuss until the company actually announced it. The company announced it. Nobody gave a damn about that stuff, about the zoo, the circus, the green eggs and ham. Yes, I am. Nobody gave a damn.
I got something. One thing I want to say. What's funny about this whole conversation? That's just ridiculous. Getting ridiculous now. Let's talk about that for 1 second. Me and Ms. G, we watched the new Coming to America #2.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that next.
Loved it, laughed. But here's the thing: you don't see anybody freaking out about Eddie Murphy being a white Jew. Give me a break.
Yeah.
Really? Come on. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
No one's saying anything about that. I'm like, what? It's just stupid. Come on, guys. Not you. I'm talking in general. All of our classic cartoons and all this. Give me a break. Really?
Yeah, that's all. I mean, it's unnecessary. I mean, they just need somebody to pick on.
Yeah.
There's no big bad right now, so they got to figure out something to keep them going for a couple weeks until somebody does something.
Man.
That's somebody with way too much time on their hands.
Way too much time on their hands.
If Pepe Le Pew didn't get canceled when Dave Chappelle said he's a little racist.
Right?
Don't worry about it now. That's all I'm gonna say is
right.
When my wife asked me, "Man, they canceled Pepe Le Pew," he said, "Do you know why they canceled Pepe Le Pew?" Because I already knew why. Not that I agree with it. I said I knew why.
Yeah.
Without even reading anything about it. She goes, "Why?" I said, "He's a bit of a rapist." She goes, "What?" She goes, "Yes, he's literally harasses and tries to and be as a predator to that cat." I said, "That's why." I said, "Not that I agree with it, but it's sad though."
It's like a construction. You know what? Whistles at women all day.
I told Alice Wednesday, if you follow the animal kingdom, skunks are that way when they're in heat.
Mm-hmm.
Most people don't know that because they didn't pay attention in class.
Right.
I see. You think they're gonna pay attention in class by animals? They don't pay attention in history lessons.
Right.
I was just thinking in the back of my mind.
Yeah, true.
Not listening for nothing. They just trying to get to the next class, man.
They're trying to get to the end of the day.
He said, "Man, when I'm gonna see a girl in PE?"
Right? Ain't gonna be like
that's all they worried about. I'm gonna see a girl in PE, man. She got them shorts on today.
Yeah,
right. I've been thinking of them shorts.
I mean, this whole council thing is out of order, and I mean, you see what my status is.
I seen it. Is that
Space
real?
Jam 1
is that for
is
real?
now $100 book.
Is that for real?
Believe it.
Go look it up. You don't believe it?
Are you serious?
I'm not surprised.
Hey Matt, when I found the cards yesterday, right? I was at my mom. She had this whole book, this box full of toys she bought. She busted out all these starting lineups. She had Marshall Falk on the Colts. She was like, "Is this worth anything?" She broke out a Space Jam 3-pack that had Michael Jordan in the basketball, the golf, and like the Space Jam one. She's like, "Is this worth anything?" I was like, "I don't know. You might want to look it up on eBay and see how much you sell it for."
Top dollar.
Yeah, she was ready to sell that bad boy. I was like, just give it a couple weeks. It might be worth something. It's only worth like $20 right now.
Anything Space Jam is top dollar right now.
Yeah.
Why? I have no idea.
All because of the new damn movie, man. That was what started this whole thing. Taking Pepe Le Pew out because of Space Jam 2. And then
he's in it, right? He's in Space Jam 2, right?
Yeah, he was in it.
He's in the first.
They cut his scenes out. They said it's like in like 20 minutes of the movie, something like that.
Yeah, and then they changed Lola Bunny's character design.
So she's not all voluptuous now.
Yeah.
Like people over a cartoon bunny. Come on.
then I guess Jessica Rabbit is out of the question.
Whoa.
If they're going after that, then you know damn well they're going after Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, so Jessica Rabbit is
they not. That's getting canceled completely. They ain't going after.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Everything is on the table, man.
Right.
Nothing is safe. Nothing.
Oh, all those anime, all that anime that we used to watch.
You know what?
that's completely out.
Oh no, they gonna cancel that here, but they ain't touching that in Asia.
They going after Brutus next.
When I get up, I'm watching.
They going after Brutus next from Popeyes.
Yep. Yeah, I can see that. Popeye gonna be a womanizer and all that crazy stuff.
Popeye gonna be a womanizer, and then Brutus gonna be a bully. So
that's already, man. He was already that, man. They canceled him a long time ago.
All right, so
I used to take his girl and everything, and she used to let him suck it too. Just to see her man fight for her. That's the wrong girl, man. When your girl want to see you fight, you gotta get away from her.
Just to sell some spinach.
and then after she sell it, she get the money. She give it to Wimpy.
Yeah, right. The hamburgers, right?
Pay him back on next Tuesday.
Talking about he gonna pay her on next Tuesday.
All he eat is hamburgers. Man, you eat hamburgers like that all your life. You see how long you last.
Yeah, right. They had a coronary.
That shows obesity right there.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
It was just to sell beef. That was all that was.
Yeah, exactly.
Sell beef and spinach. That's it.
Beef and spinach.
All right, so Coming to America 2 was released last week.
Watched it.
I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. Al knows this already. Sean and Remo doesn't know this. I didn't even finish the movie. It was so damn bad to me, man.
Okay, something I've got to say that I loved about it. I loved the James Earl Jones part. Loved it.
Yeah.
And they had all the singers coming out. That I loved.
His funeral.
That's how I want to go out, man.
Yeah, right.
I thought that was awesome.
He was like, I want to be at my funeral.
I just, me personally, I felt, and I told Al this. Well, Al knew all this already. So that's, he hear me say this. I just felt like they packed it down with people who really did not need to be in the movie.
Right.
And then when they were in the movie, they amplified them way too much.
True.
You know, Leslie Jones.
Yeah.
You know, she's already grating on the ears.
Yeah.
So when you give her a role that big, and it's just like somebody screaming in your ear the whole time. And so I was like, you know, by the time I got to midway through, I was like, you know what, I just can't take it, man. I said, I see why people didn't. Why people didn't watch Ghostbusters now.
Well, the best thing about this movie, I thought it actually was a good movie, but it wasn't funny.
Yeah,
it wasn't funny enough.
Exactly. It had funny parts, but it wasn't all out funny. The message was actually pretty good. It wasn't all out funny like you expected it to be. Now they had funny scenes because me and Puff was talking about it earlier. Like certain scenes, I laughed my butt off, but they had a lot of scenes I was just watching it.
Yeah,
like I was watching a Tyler Perry movie, which you could tell it was shot at Tyler Perry Studios. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Like you could tell 100%. Nothing against it. It's just that, you know, Bad Boys 2 or 3 was shot in Tyler Perry Studios. I didn't really notice it. This one, I noticed it.
Yeah.
So, maybe they need to work on that, but it was okay. It just wasn't as funny. It's not going to be memorable as like the first one.
No.
But certain scenes I will remember, like Michael Blackston, Wesley Snipes. I'm going, those guys, and Wesley Snipes better get some roles after this movie and the movie previously because
his scenes were the best scenes of the movie.
He's been acting his butt off.
Great in it.
They've been doing Western wrong, man.
The one thing I thought about it was after, like I said, I just watched it before, but I thought like to piggyback on who that said it had a good message. Yeah. I like how they showed all the colors of the spectrum on there. You know what I'm saying? They all had prominent roles within the society there in Zamunda. I think that, like I said earlier, it was shot for the platform that it was on.
Who was that? I'm curious. Who was Wesley Snipes' supposable daughter in there. God,
Oh, that was Tiana
Oh,
Taylor.
Tiana
he
Taylor.
was smoking hot.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
She's a
She's going,
singer.
settle
Me-
down,
me-
baby. Settle down, baby. I'm like,
Me and
whoa,
Vigilante was like,
Yeah.
ooh,
It was bad in a
fine.
moment, but it was like she played that role just how she should have, because that's what she was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Even though you know she's stronger than that,
Yep,
and
yep.
yeah.
he could have probably have done the whole role like his daughter was, but
Right.
for who she was, it just
Right.
didn't fit. But now, I just think that it was shot for the platform it was on. It was shot for Amazon, so they kind of crunched a bunch of star power into a small window, and for that, I think they were successful. They got everybody they needed into the movie. They all had a decent enough scenes to kind of make it memorable for those actors to be in the movie. But other than that, like I said before, I can watch this movie and not even associate it with the first one, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like I can watch it again, and I can watch, Coming to America 1 a billion times 1 because I've already watched it and I'll continue to watch it. But I don't even associate it because it was like X had said, it should have been just called Coming to Zamunda. Like it
shouldn't have. They
Remember
went to America 5 minutes. What?
Yeah, I know they didn't even go there. I mean, he literally went to the barbershop 5 minutes and then they were back. So what's Coming to America? Like, I would have been like Coming to Zamunda.
Real, would you have paid to go to the movie theater to watch that?
No.
I can answer.
I just want to throw it out there, man.
I would say yes because I got A-list, so I'm not actually paying for it.
Right. But I mean,
I am and I'm not.
I would have waited for it to be like they would have said back in the day. I'm gonna wait for it to be on video.
Yeah, because me and Vigilante did a whole show about this, and there were a lot of things we liked, and there were a lot of things we disliked.
Mm-hmm.
I groaned when I saw that PG-13 at the very beginning.
Yeah.
That was like a big groan induced because I knew the movie was going to be a lot tamer than the first.
Yeah.
And you could tell that's why this movie, while it has funny parts, it's not as funny as the first because the first one was just pure raw comedy, whereas this one was tamer comedy.
Oh yeah.
And we don't get to hear the barber guys go out full strength.
No,
that really had a sliver of a part.
But no.
And I liked Wesley's character, but I felt that he was like an extension of his Dolomite character.
True.
Yeah.
True.
And there was something that could have been explored more on the whole Zamunda thing.
They didn't have enough time.
I know, but I felt like for what they were telling with his story and Akeem, there was a little backstory that could have been explained about.
The story wasn't fleshed out completely because there was like, come on, man. If someone comes and tells you that this is the heir to your throne and the prince, there ain't no blood test, no nothing. Like, come on, you just accept that as being your son. You don't even know, bro. He immediately gonna give him the
and how many times like this is my bastard son?
Yeah, that was funny though. That was funny because that was literally what it was. But it was like, damn, you just accepting him in. You so desperate that you just willing to.
And I did not like the whole thing with Leslie Jones and what led to the creation of the bastard child.
That Sean, that's what sent me over the edge, man. I was just like, this is so out of order.
I mean, we talked about Pepe Le Pew and stuff, but yet we saw this shit in the movie where he was drugged and forced into the situation.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
There would never been a story like that was funny with a woman involved.
Go ahead, Al.
So he was date raped?
Yes.
I hadn't seen the movie, so I'm just...
Hey, by his homeboy. By his homeboy, though. His homeboy.
Timmy got it. Yeah.
Well, he put him in a situation.
He put him in a situation.
Okay, so
hey, Matt, I'm going to drop out and let my brother come back in so he can talk about it.
Okay, all right.
I can drop off, buddy.
Yeah.
So let me ask y'all this. So at what point in the movie did they say that happened from the first movie?
Immediately.
Yeah,
So as soon as they got to America,
it was at the. You remember when they went to the club?
Yeah.
And it was right after that scene.
No, he said,
So
he
when
said
Joan
when
of
he
Arc was
found out-
doing all that kind of stuff, and then my
Yeah.
name is Peters, and
Right
I'm the
after
best.
they was
Yeah.
fucking with all the girls.
Yeah.
But that kind of, when I watched it the second time, that kind of set me off. Because she pretty much pulled a Bill Cosby on my man. She pretty much pulled Bill Cosby.
Right on cue. Right on cue, Jay.
Bill Cosby.
Right on cue.
Yeah, he ridiculed Bill Cosby for all this shit. And yet, a woman could do it. If we can make fun of that shit, and you gonna call him the bastard stepson. So
Yeah, the whole time.
Really?
That's the society we live in.
Yeah.
Society we live in. Could look at the schools when teachers do what they do.
Let that be the opposite. Let that be a man doing something like that.
That's what I'm saying.
This movie will be getting crushed, son. It will be getting crushed.
But Pepe Le Pew riding the bench.
He in the locker room.
He sent him to the locker room.
The locker room. He gave dress out.
Gone. They sent him to the locker room.
So on the show, where they talk, I agree with Puff and Valanche that the movie had a great beginning and it had a great ending, but the middle portions is where the movie flaws is definitely at. Especially when to me. It was so predictable that the son was going to get with that girl. The what's her name? The assistant. That was so predictable. Like, oh come on, that's a foregone clue that was going to happen, And the fact that he chose, I forgot all about the scene when he heard what Wesley Snipes character was talking to Eddie
at the end, right?
When they was talking, and the son overheard about that. What he was going to do with him when he became Kane, and how he became Kane, how he forced his way to do it. That's what got him to want to leave Zamunda and go back to America, and he bring her over to America and marry her over there. And that's another day. That scene, that whole segue when they went back to America, that was just only one scene. So the whole movie only took place about at least a good 7-8 minutes in America.
Look at Al's face.
Literally, he picked him up and was like, "We out."
I didn't want to ruin it, Al. That's why I didn't say anything. We talked way down. Like I'm not gonna say anything in case he hadn't seen it. But yeah, this is what was that.
Yeah,
now, this is why I didn't finish the movie.
So what now?
Do you really want to watch the movie? Because to be honest, this movie, like, if I ain't watch it, I don't care if I be spoiled. So.
I don't really care about the spoilers, man. My whole thing was I was just trying to figure out when did he have time to actually make a baby when his whole goal when he came over, because I mean the first movie is there like you're going to America to sow your wild oats, and he was like, I don't want to do that. I want to find me a queen, and then now I find out the man was date rape, man. I don't know what to believe no more.
Literally. It's literally the premise of the whole movie.
That's what I'm saying. Like I mean, I'm finna take the shades off, man. It actually makes the first movie, man. If you really going by, if it like you have to look at that movie like Remo said, or if it's canon, the first movie don't even make sense no more, man. Like honestly,
it's two different. In two different realities, man. It's literally different movies.
It felt like a 30-year apart movie that's just completely different. And like I said, the PG. I think the moment they announced, because they announced the link last year, they said it was going to be PG, and I said that's already a fail right there.
I mean, literally, it was the same movie filmed currently with a different outcome. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like it was the same movie, man. They just didn't have all the part of him trying to change, like. Her.
See, it was filmed for theaters. That's why I got PG-13. But I think if Amazon was 100% behind it, they would have made it rated R. Just because of the boys, the sex of the boys, and other stuff. Yeah. They wouldn't. They would have said, just go all out, make it like you did the first one. But Amazon bought it, and they paid a lot of money for that. It was like over 200 million. I think over 200 million.
Yeah, they gave me.
They get a good.
You know what? Who that? Now that you bring that up. That actually I see is Eddie Murphy played his hand real good on that because
he did. Yeah, he got his brand.
Pandemic, you can get $200 million in the middle of a pandemic. Yeah, I'll take that all day.
Yeah, because he was the executive producer. He was everything. He had the final say so.
He ran the whole movie.
And it's funny. Vigilante brought up yesterday that what's his name, Ryan Coogler had written the script for Come to America, and Eddie didn't jive with it, so he didn't go with that script. But I felt like if Coogler would have written it more, you would have had a little bit more serious scenes.
Oh, it would have been different.
It would have been different. Yeah. And you probably would have got more General Izzy and stuff, but
it was dumbed down. The whole movie was dumbed down, and that's why I'm saying it was for the platform. It was for I'm going to give you this, but I'm not going to give you what I should give you because y'all is only on Amazon. So I'm not going.
And look, do y'all? I guarantee you this. Amazon will greenlight a third one because it was the most streamed movie during the pandemic.
Absolutely.
Most streamed movie during the pandemic, it will get greenlit for a 3.
And the funny thing is, I read that I don't know if it would happen like that long, but Eddie Murphy wanted to do the movie within 16 years, so he'll be 75 by the time the third movie is. So he could be as old. And I was like,
so he could be James Earl Jones.
Now he's trying to set up a pension plan, man.
He can use makeup and be looking 75, man. I mean,
look, man. All I need Eddie Murphy to do is to correct that third Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's all I need.
I said yesterday on VV, we see this good chemistry with Eddie and Wesley Snipes. I wouldn't mind Eddie and Wesley being in Beverly Hills Cop 4 just to see an action movie with those two.
Yeah.
You know, because I felt, like we got a little bit of the tease of Wesley actually getting to a fight.
Yeah.
One kick and that was it.
Yeah.
I was like, I would love to see Eddie and Wesley in Beverly Hills Cop 4 throwing the comedy while doing the action scenes, because that would be awesome.
Hey, man. He supposed to be back in Demolition Man. So
I was watching East West, and they were mentioning that it would be cool if Wesley was like Whistler on the new Blade show. You know what I'm saying?
I heard about that.
That would be cool if they did that, because then he could actually, do his thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
The funny thing is, he's not that much older than
he might risk
Ali.
outdoing Ali if he.
And that's the only thing I thought of. I was like,
I hate when people complain about that. Oh, Wesley Snipes. Oh, well, Marshall ain't that young.
That's what I say. Yeah, he's not that much
younger than him.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hey, man, we need to do a hashtag cut Wesley a check.
Yeah.
That man needs some more roles, bro. I don't understand.
Ever since my brother got out of the hole, man. They
let him out the feds and was like, "Oh, you ain't good enough to make movies, bro. I didn't rob y'all."
Did y'all ever hear the story about Chris Tucker and Wesley Snipes?
No.
Chris Tucker tells a story about him meeting Wesley. He started getting famous. He met Wesley Snipes. He said he went to a party, Wesley Snipes, Lauryn Hill, blah blah blah. You know where I'm going with this. So he's talking to Wesley in the group. He's like, man, my agent just told me, man, I gotta pay $20 million in taxes, for my roles in my movie. Wesley looked at him and said, taxes? He said, brother, I'm Blade. I don't pay no taxes. He said so when he was so adamant with it and they all agreed, he's like, well, I guess I gotta listen. And Blade don't pay no taxes. I ain't paying no taxes.
I did hear that quote before.
Yeah.
He was keeping all of it.
Yeah, he's saying all of it.
But no, Sean, that would be pretty good, man. Considering they're talking about actually bringing back most of the people from the original. And
I know Constant's still alive. Man, we have not seen Taggart in forever.
In years. I haven't seen the pictures of him on the internet that's been recent was all the way in the mid-90s. So we haven't seen this man in years. So we don't know how
Judge Reinhold?
Well, I've seen Judge Reinhold. We talking about Taggart.
You talking about Taggart?
Man. You talking about Taggart? No, Taggart's deceased, I believe.
Yeah, I think Taggart
passed away.
So then they would have to make like Judge Reinhold like people.
No, what they could do is like what Sean just said. They could bring, instead of having Taggart, they could slide in Wesley Snipes with Judge Reinhold.
Or he could be one of his boys that's a police chief or something. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Hey, Tiger ain't dead yet, man.
He ain't dead yet. Okay, I put him in
Put death on the man.
I'm sorry, man.
I'm gonna read next week. COVID.
Get me Sean over here fact checking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lena said Blade
about that,
was sucked because it's PG-13.
They said it's gonna be featured.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
okay.
They announced it. It's gonna be, and that's right there is a kind of disappointing right there.
Hey man, y'all see
And that
folks
means they can't kill
hey,
no
man.
vampires.
Hey, Wanda was tearing them folks' ass up a couple weeks ago, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey man, so you know.
How you gonna do a vampire movie with no blood? I gotta see some blood squirt out, man.
Hey man, you gotta put the code in like a Mortal Kombat.
Up, down, left, right, A, B.
Red sweat.
Hey man, hey, I'm gonna tell you now, man. If Blade ain't got no blood in it, man, that movie ain't gonna be no good, bro. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
man.
And it wasn't like the original Blade was like extremely gory and violent. Half that shit was comical with the way he was taking out those vampires, man.
Especially on
Yeah,
the
so
first one, the rating.
There was a lot of CGI effects.
When he threw that
Yeah,
little
CGI.
thing and it went across it, and he just caught it,
Yeah.
and then he did.
It ain't like when they were. It wasn't like the vampires were really like killing a bunch of people. You weren't seeing them attacking normal people anyway. You know what I'm saying?
It was mainly they had a lot of curse words. Honestly,
They
they had a lot of curse words and gunplay. They had a lot of gunplay too.
Yeah.
But even
Like, it
the
was a
vampires
very-
were silver
it was like
bullets,
smoke,
so
you know?
they were blowing up. They weren't even bleeding out. They were just like blowing up, exploding. You know.
That's gonna be weird because
I
I don't know. Yeah, if you're gonna make Deadpool rated R, why not Blade?
Yeah, why not
Right.
Blade?
You
Yeah,
can't pick and
they said they're not
choose.
gonna touch Deadpool, so I mean I can't see why they wouldn't do that with Blade. And that's also the one that helped y'all get to where y'all at.
Yeah.
For all y'all folk that don't know that, Blade was the movie that laid the foundation for the
It
MCU.
laid the foundation.
Yeah,
Wesley Snipes. Wesley
Y'all owe my
Snipes.
boy Wesley Snipes. Hey,
Yeah.
hashtag cut Wesley a check.
Hey, Marvel cut Wesley a check. Put him in something.
cut them. Yeah.
So,
At least show a prequel.
Marvel Universe.
well, who that before
They even
Halloween?
designed the Blade character in the comic books like Wesley.
Yeah.
They designed him like Wesley. So did he got royalties from that? Because Samuel Jackson got royalties when they made Nick Fury black in the Ultimate. So
Nah, hey, Wesley was in jail, so by default, they didn't know him
Hey,
nothing.
who that look like? Who that look like?
And that look like Wesley Snipes.
That look like
Hey,
Jeff.
man.
And that look like Jethro
dark skin
Snipes.
Shalimar. Dark skin Shalimar, red eye.
I mean, they made him. That's who they made him.
So who that before we get ready to get to Halls? What's your thoughts on what Falcon and Winter Soldier next week?
Like thoughts about it being good? I mean,
what's your thoughts?
I know it's gonna be good. I had a friend of mine who used to work for Marvel, and he still got ties there, so I always talk to him every now and then. But last thing I heard, because the Falcon and Winter Soldier show and Justice League, because I heard y'all talking about that earlier. I heard both of them. Justice League I heard was good. Falcon and Winter Soldier I heard was great.
Oh, they said that they got a lot of early impressions on a lot of
Yeah. So he was telling me, dude, there's a lot of stuff they're leading to with that, and a lot of stuff we already know, which is going to be funny with this, book speculation game. A lot of stuff that we already know is going to happen. We already know Sharon Carter is going to be in there, but people are going to act like they didn't know that, so that book's going to double in price. We already knew Flag Smasher was going to be in there. All of a sudden, that book's going to be $100 book, even though he's not going to last long. U.S. Agent, we know he's going to be in there, and all of a sudden, that's going to be a $300 book, which is crazy. So a lot of stuff, Kevin Feige tends to tell us who and what's going to be in there, and I think it's going to be great, honestly. And I'm Anthony Mackie from Louisiana, went to Warren Easton High School, man. Shout out to him. I think it's going to be good, man. So I'm just hoping they don't Marvel doesn't bitch out and not let him be Captain America. So that's what I'm saying.
That could be something that they could hold off. But I don't think they're gonna do it on the show. I don't think he's gonna.
I think it's gonna be last episode. Honestly,
they could do the last episode. But remember, in the comics, there was conflict with him becoming Captain America.
That's why I think it's gonna be the last episode. Yeah, that's why I think it's gonna be, because I think it's gonna be conflict, as you can tell watching
the trailers.
Because they show somebody else portraying Cap. That's probably U.S. agent, and then it looks like he has the outfit on, going to look like maybe a black university when he's running out on the field. Something, but it's so funny with all these clips. But man, I'm excited. Actually, I'm more excited about this show than WandaVision. I'm more excited about this show than WandaVision. But that's all I can say, man. I'm ready for it. Next week's gonna be good. And I don't know how many episodes are there. Y'all know how many episodes?
Six.
Are they gonna drop 2 at once or just one at a time? Okay.
It'll be nice.
The reason why they did that for WandaVision, because those first 2 episodes combined were over 40 minutes.
Yeah,
because that's what they did that for a reason, because the first episode was actually, 20-something minutes you take away the credits?
Yeah,
it was a pretty short episode.
Yeah, you all right over there, man?
Hey, man, I was thinking about, man, what who that just said about the last episode, man. I'm like, man, they don't need to do that, man. They'll be storming the Capitol again.
Hey, they already did. They ready for it.
Part 2, boy.
Hey, bro, they owe us that after I watch Infinity War. I went to Infinity War, brought my wife and my daughter. We watching it, seeing Black Panther do his thing. I'm in a theater, probably 80% black people. We get to the end, everybody getting dusted. You hear silence, and people go, "We just got him," and you already know what they're talking about. But the funny part of this story, which is kind of messed up, my daughter thought it was because the end of the movie, she claps. She was like, and they got a guy. They had a guy, a big old dude, sitting next to us. He looked at her. They said, "Damn, she cold."
Everybody was mad. She was just like, "That was a good move."
Hey, here we go, G-Man. Make sure y'all check him out tonight. Oh, don't forget, everybody set your clocks for an hour.
Oh yeah.
So G-Man, you're gonna be working late tonight, my boy.
I don't know.
Late tonight, boy.
I may be going to sleep by then.
Yeah, make sure y'all check out G-Man tonight.
Last week when YouTube was on, that was like the first time I actually stayed up the whole episode watching.
Right.
Bro, I paid. Hey, bro, I paid for that shit the next day. Had a great time, man. If y'all did not see last week's show, make sure y'all check out Comic G Spot. We had a fucking blast last week. So make sure y'all check it out, man. Tonight, the Watchers, Alien History, make sure you check it out, man. White Gloves is back. Glad to see he's doing well.
Yo, shout out to White Gloves. He popped on my show, man, for the first time. It was awesome having him on there.
Jason, I'm gonna pull Rob up.
Pull him up, get the show out.
Why not? Real quick, I put a link in your description right there. Mr. Whiteglove's going to have a show on. His premiere is finally coming out tonight around 10 o'clock. So if anybody's interested to go over there and pop it out, it's his premiere show tonight.
All right, well, we're going to try to go ahead and get ready to get to our
I'm going to show you. I already did it on Sean's today. I'm going to show you something really quick. Finally got this bad boy.
Ooh!
Boom!
So yeah, I was talking to my buddies today. I was shaking earlier. I was so nervous.
Yeah, he was definitely on the shiver.
Yeah,
Is that from the collection you were talking about last week?
Huh?
Is that from the collection that you were talking about from the guy?
Yeah, one of them. Yep.
Wow.
And the same collection. What was it? Same collection I was going through. Picked up this.
Flash.
Man, that Silver Surfer is immaculate, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then second one I just put up on my shelf and put the other one in the grading box.
There it is. Hey, Al, he went over there. Hey, Al, he got on a damn plane and flew down to Fayetteville.
Basically.
He didn't go on the day and ain't told nobody.
Now we just need to get number 4.
And that's it?
No, then I got 10 more to go.
Oh, that's still not
to
bad.
complete the 1 through 18.
Oh, but you got two of the three hardest ones.
That was you got the two most expensive right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's always great to knock those out.
Yeah, big time.
All right. So it is time for our hauls, and we're going to go with Sean. We're going to go with you first tonight, brother.
All right, so I didn't really pick up much new books. I did get this Vision, Alex Ross.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Tomb Raider Journey number 12. My brother hooked me up with that. I also got the Avengers, Jim Partel, She-Hulk.
Love that cover. Oh, like that cover.
Then I got hardcovers from Stranger Comics, and they sent me a free Niobe. I already have one copy, I think first print, but I got this one as well.
Like
this is different color in the background.
That's a cool cover.
Yeah, I got the Untamed hardcovers.
Ooh.
You know, Untamed Killing Floor. 20%. Hey, it's 20% off this month if y'all want to go to Stranger Comics and get anything from them. 20% off using WHM, Women History Month.
Yeah, nice.
And I got these off of eBay for like dirt cheap. And most of them are like second prints, but I don't really care because I have the first print of the first issue.
Yeah.
And that is the Naomi series.
Nice.
You got
those? Where you got those out of at your LCS?
Nah, off of eBay. I saw them for like $20. I was like, shit, let me go ahead and get them.
For that whole run right there?
Yeah.
That was
I do.
Yeah, remember what that was going for about a year ago?
Big money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, Sean?
Way to go, Sean.
Yeah, that's it for me, man.
All right. Who that? You got something over there, brother?
Yeah, I actually just went to the LCS. Went to this little honey hole that I kind of call because I found the first He-Man and Skeletor there and all kind of stuff. Because the guy that really doesn't know what he has. So it's good to dig stuff. But I picked up this book just because it's the first appearance in here. But Riri Williams, I'm trying to get more of this run and stuff because once people get to that FOMO and figure out, oh yeah, I forgot Riri and Ironheart's coming. I got this book for $4. It'll end up being like a $30 book or something. So I'd rather get it now before that happens because I actually collect a lot of African American characters. This one as well, I didn't have it, so I said I'm gonna put this in the PC as well. And this is the first time they're called Heroes for Hire. In the book, our first team up as Heroes for Hire, Power Man Iron Fist 54, and I got all of these like cover price or less. Like I got this for like $2 or something. What else I got? And then I found some hip hop covers that actually, they got pricey at one point, dropped a little bit, but I didn't have the A-Force, first appearance A-Force in Singularity with the hip hop Straight Out Comics, and then this one, which people are sleeping on because it's our first appearance.
That's a big dog right there.
So I got the A-Force for 10 and I got this for 15. So
what?
Yeah. So So
$8 book. Huh?
Yeah.
I didn't even know. I was like, honestly, I was like, because he had a price on. I had a second print of America hip hop cover, but it rang up for like $60, and he didn't want to give it to me to put a sticker price he had on there. So I said, leave it there. Because it had that one for 15 as well. But I knew this one. He said, "Oh, I'll give you this one for 15." And I'm looking at him like, this one's bigger than the America, in my opinion.
that one's rare, man.
Yeah, especially to get it at high grade. So that was and then I don't know if people like DC. The shop had. Oh, I forgot I had the Wakanda book too, because all of a sudden they announced something for Wakanda.
I like that. Who that?
Yeah, no, it was not something for Wakanda. Then the book shot up, but I got that for cover price too. Found that one. I didn't see any variants for it. Now I know they might have some DC people who like DC, but the shop had literally probably 20 of each of these two books. I just got one of each. But Blackest Night, number 7 and number 8, dealing with the White Lantern.
Number 8 just sitting in there like that, man. Wow.
Oh yeah, they had a whole bunch of number 8s and number 7, like literally like 20 each. No bagging board.
Oh wow.
And they're in high grade. I hate to say, for being no bagging board, it's probably at least a 9.4. But I could have been greedy and grabbed them all because since I was getting them for $3 a piece. But I'm not. They'll still be there. I promise you, they'll still be there. So if somebody needs them, let me know. But that's all I got picked up from the store, man. It was a little light day. I mean, but
all right. I will go. And I was given a copy of Berserker by one of our local shops. Shout out to Prime Time and Mike.
Nice.
Is it a good read, Matt? Is it a good reading?
I mean, it's kind of. It actually reads like John Wick.
Does it?
Yeah, that's the way
It's a superpower John Vick.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, lots of bloodshed.
About buying the series just to read to see if it's any good.
Yeah, it's basically just he whips ass from top to bottom.
Okay.
Page to page. Next up is Carmen, number 1, which I'll probably get into this weekend. Had a copy of Saga Yojimbo sitting in my box. I hadn't got it yet. And then a surprise book that actually took off. Nottingham number 1. This is almost a $40 or $50 book now.
Yeah, man, I missed out.
Yep. And I just happened to look. And the only thing that made me buy it was I saw Mad Cave, and I said that's a small studio, and so it's probably a little print run. So I said, well, let me just grab that. So I picked it up. I picked this book up because I saw Grant Morrison was involved with it, and that's Proctor Valley Road.
Nice.
And it's actually supposed to be horror.
That's horror? Okay.
Yep. So I'll be looking in on this week. And last but not least, whenever I see Kratos, I will pick him up. So
nice.
Yeah. So I will be reading The God of War, Fallen Gods. That is it for me. Remo. Nothing.
Yeah, I got a couple. I went to remember I had to go and buy a couple of those things for those cards I had found. So
man.
When I went there, they
saving all the Silver Surfers out of them all of there.
I was checking out buying those plastic covers for the sleeves for the cards, and they had a little box that had dollar books in there. But this place, this comic book store, I don't like going to, but they have they do deal with large volumes, so they always have back issues kind of in there. So I was able to pick up Magnificent Miss Marvel number 4. And issue 6. Trying to finish out. I have this pretty much this whole run.
I've seen that.
Yeah. So I grabbed those 2, and then they had a short box right at the checkout with some dollar books, and I was able to pick up a couple issues of Secret Warriors number 1.
You're talking about me right there.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's all the G-Man right there.
A couple of those. Issue number 1, and then I got issue 6. We had 1.
Nice.
And I like Trad Moore's art, so it was cool to find these. And then they had Ultimate Vision 1 or 4. I'm sorry, and then on the back I noticed it's Ultimate Spider-Man 87. So.
Hey, did those books they came like that? Like they weren't bagged?
Yeah, they were just loose in there.
What are some clean looking books?
And then they had this infamous Iron Man.
Yeah, I love that cover. That's one of my favorite covers.
Grabbed a couple of these. They had a couple of those, so I grabbed a couple of those. And then this one I never heard of it, but it was a cool cover, so I grabbed it for $1.
Deity. Yeah.
Yeah. So they had that one. They had another one, but this was the cooler of the two. And then I found this Wet Works #2.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Go back.
They had some other ones, but this was the coolest looking one. They had some
Yeah,
other
I collect that run right there, boy. Wetworks was the truth.
It was good.
And that's it for books, man.
All right. Al.
I got the first appearance of Buckwheat in a comic book.
$3,000. $3,000.
Cameo appearance of Stymie.
It's a homage to Hulk 181, but I'm just saying. I got like 3 copies of this, man. I got 2 nephews. They're huge Spider-Man fans. So I bought the white. I don't have the white one, but I have the first, second, and third print. I'm gonna get each one of them slabs so I can give to them. That's the third print, I think. I also got the Proctor Valley too. So, and I ended up getting this. This was actually pretty decent. Like, I thought it wasn't gonna be worth a quarter, but shout out to Larry Crocker, which kind of inadvertently talked me into getting it. But I got this. And then I got the B cover too, but it was pretty decent. Now this right here, I love this cover. I wish it was actually a Virgin variant, but I got Immortal Hulk 44. This is so dope to me, man. Henry Peter Gyrick. And then I got my boy.
Nice.
God of War Fallen Gods.
Man, my shop ain't had it. Dang.
And then also got my free copy of Berserker. Hey man, I can. They might have them still at my LCS. I'll grab you a copy if they do.
Everything sold out at my LCS this week.
Yeah, Berserker. I got the last copy of this. Carmen #1. This was a cover by. I just like this cover. Wonder Woman 770.
Oh,
That was pretty cool, man. I thought that was a cool cover right there. And I picked this one up. Truth and Justice Vixen #1. Now these are back issues. I actually picked this one up. Now I got 2 copies of this one today, but I just love this cover, and I think it's clean enough for me to actually get it slab. But Justice League of America 27. The Exorcist homage.
Oh yeah, buddy, that's a good one.
Boy, I love this cover, man. This is
I just hear that music every time.
dope.
Yes, me too. That is
I'm
awesome.
talking about this was a super clean copy. Man, this was Dollar Bin right here, buddy.
Dollar Bin stuff.
Yeah, get that graded, buddy. Definitely.
Yeah, and the rest of these are actually back issues of the Avengers. So I've been trying to work on. I'm not trying to collect the whole run, like from issue 175 to 300. But anyway, I got 181.
Nice. Yeah.
Paid $3 for it.
Awesome.
Then I got this one.
Yes.
185.
Yes. What'd you get that one for?
$3.
Nice.
No, $5. I'm sorry, it was $5.
That's still good.
Yeah. Then I got 187. No luck on 186, but 187.
Ooh, nice.
187 on an undercover car. 192.
Yes.
Arrow in Pittsburgh.
197. Now, Remo, it's funny that we talked about this particular issue the other night.
Yeah.
There's actually this issue. I'm not going to really go into it, but it involves Carol Danvers and some stuff that happened to her in this issue. So,
What we were talking about with Larry?
Yeah. What we were talking about with Larry the other night. So, yeah, this is some dark Marvel shit. Issue 206. That was $3. And then this is actually a repro, a second print of Avengers 223.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And I got this in the mail today. I collect now. My collection is not near as extensive as Jace. Shout out to Jace who's on the scene, crisp and clean, no caffeine. But I got this right here.
Oh no, my NES collection's
That's
my
cool.
NES collection's a joke. So you could probably pass me NES games.
Yeah, man. So what I've been doing, man, I've been going back buying games that I was actually fond of back in the day for the NES. So yeah, that game right there was hard as shit, man. But I still love it, man. But that's gonna do it for me. I'm done.
All right.
Lady F is in the house.
The only other thing that came in was this. I've been collecting these giant size lately, and I got 1 and 2. So I got 2 issues of number 1. So that's it for this week, other than my Silver Surfer this week. That was it. That's all I got this week.
Nice.
Going old school, guys. Sorry.
Chase.
All right, guys. Yeah, save me for last. I got a massive haul.
Oh,
Ooh.
Mike got us tonight, man.
Yep. All right. Only DC book of the bunch. Wonder Woman 750.
Excellent.
Yep.
Good.
1980s variant. Yeah. Only DC book I got of the bunch. And Wonder Woman's the most books I got of any DC character.
Yeah.
So, yep. She's my favorite.
Yeah.
Now, mentioned this a couple of minutes earlier. We were talking about her. Body Avengers. Number 1 Affinity. First appearance. Monica Rambeau's Spectrum.
Nice.
This is the cheapest of her books. So
Not long, I guarantee
not
you.
long, maybe
not long,
about
because the moment that book, that book is going up.
Yep.
Later, fantastic. Good evening.
It's the second issue.
Sean had books to show. I'll get off.
That was a good run too. I like that run.
Finny, I love John Hickman killed it with that. All right.
Just notice
The X-Men Legacy. This is this, and then this is the variant. I forgot who the name. I think it's Khalil, something like that. And let's get to
someone was on.
Strange Academy.
Nice.
That's it. Doctor Strange, and I got the Strange Academy number 5, Scarlet Witch. I posted this already.
Oh, I like
Nice.
that. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Anceletto, huh? It's Anceletto.
Yeah, it's 11.
Are you sure, Puff? I can leave if you need to come back on. Would you have books to show? Puff has books to show, doesn't he?
He's
I
already
think
gone.
he showed this already.
All right. Just making sure.
Puff showed this earlier. Jim Bartel.
See that? I think that's, you know what? Every time I see that cover now, you guys, I've seen it multiple times today. That's the most clothes I've ever seen of it.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's what's throwing. Gee, it's funny you say that because I was sitting there looking like there's something odd about this. And that's
It's
what it
pretty
is.
cover though.
Yeah.
Jim Bartel. Storm,
That's
Marvel
nice.
Comics 1000.
Bring it up a little closer, brother. Let me see that.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's that Marvel 1000. I got that
I
too,
like
man. That's
that.
a nice one.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
Did you get a good price on it?
Got that for 12.
Okay. That's pretty fair.
Got it for 12 on eBay. Free shipping. These are all these books here I got from the shop on Friday. Blade Runner Origins.
Yeah.
Yeah, love me Blade Runner. That's an art
You've been
journal.
collecting that whole run, right?
Yep. Yo, that's a Peace Makota variant.
Like that.
Love that shit. Ghost Rider. Planet Vengeance. Love me some Vengeance. And I almost completely forgot that I bought the first 4 issues of this series, anticipating the show. Falcon and Winter Soldier number 5.
Nice.
Oh, this was the last one at the shop. Like, yeah, let me go ahead and get it.
Yep.
The only one I ain't. Like that.
Comic Zombies in the house.
Savage Avengers.
Yeah, I like
Welcome,
that.
Comic Zombie. Welcome, sir.
I think this is the only second issue I got to run, so I just picked it up. And it was in the back issue bin. All these books here are back issues, mostly X-Men and X-Force. This is X-Force number 28. X-Men Adventures number 8.
Yep.
Apocalypse.
Isn't that the Fox?
Yeah,
thing?
this is the animated one.
Yep.
You got X-Men 29. If I'm not mistaken, I'm only missing issue number 26. I think I got the first 26 issues that I missed. I got 27. I got 28 I'm missing. So yeah, I just need to get that. And I have a couple issues of 30s. But I'm trying to finish that run. And here's Amazing X-Men, Age of Apocalypse. Another Age of Apocalypse books, X-Men. Giant Size Annual X Factor.
Oh, that's a good one.
Jace got that Matt Odom haul.
Yeah.
See that?
You got that Remo haul.
X Factor. X Factor 79.
When Remo be finding that deal.
A lot of X Factor books coming up, man. X Factor 84.
You trying to complete those runs, Jace?
Yo, right now, this is 79. I got 76, 77, and I know I got 78. So I got all the issues in the 80s, and I got all the issues in the 90s, and I got all the issues going up to 107. I got here 106 right here. Okay. These are all X Factor books here. This is a whole bunch.
I got some dupes, man. I'm gonna get with you to see because I just finished my X Factor run about 2 weeks ago.
My X Factor run is all over the place in terms of issues. I think, but I got a few issues in the single digits. I got issues in the 20s and 30s and 40s. So I'm all over the place with X Factor, but I pretty much got all the later issues. Pretty much got all of those. This is X Factor 108. Beautiful Mystique cover.
Oh, that's a nice one right there.
Nice cover.
And this is what? Can't even see no. This is X. I think this is only X Factor 116. All right, now it's time for the big. I'm gonna show y'all this. A full run that I just recently got. I think it was on 2 weeks ago, right after my birthday. One of the best. Let me show y'all the yeah. So after on top of each other, yes it did. This big stack here. Woo! Nova.
Oh.
Nova. That's the annual. And here's issue number 1.
Yep.
The whole stack, 36 of the Annihilation Conquest Nova. Complete.
That's the one you just
Nice.
No, that's the Annihilation.
Oh, scored, right?
Annihilation score. Yeah, I got Annihilation Conquest, but I complete the whole run.
Nice.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Yeah, this is only my second run now complete of 30 plus issues. I also completed Extreme X-Men. I think I told y'all that. I completed Extreme X-Men.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that one, let me see. I got the Annihilation books right here.
Ooh, I want to see that. Yeah, I like Annihilation.
Oh, I love this. This is one of my favorite Cosmic stories. There you go. I posted these on this Friday.
Oh,
Annihilation 1. Number 2 behind it.
Beautiful.
You got 3 and 6. So 3, 4, and 5 and 6 here. And I was supposed to post this today. I think it was Marvel 7080 tagged me for Silver Surfer Saturday, and I was supposed to post these two. Annihilation, Pearls of Galactic.
Oh, yeah, those are good.
Yeah. Connecting covers. And I got Annihilation Conquest.
Sweet.
Yeah, these. That's issue 1. Love this cover. I'll post this in my story multiple times.
I like that a lot.
Adam Warlock. This badass shot going to Accuser.
Nice.
Razor. And this.
Who was the artist on those books?
You're beautiful, man.
Yeah. Hey, Landon. Well, Landon's the right yet. Now this is issue number 5. I'm missing issue number 6 because 6 is the most important one. That's the one that introduced the MCU Guardian Galaxy together as a team. And that's the most expensive on that one. So, and he is the Quasar solo Annihilation Conquest.
Quasar, window bone.
And that's it. Oh, I forgot. I got my copy in the mail as well. Vision.
Nice.
Behind this one. I got Scarlet Witch, She-Hulk, I got Spider-Man, and I do have Venom and Daredevil on the way.
Nice.
That's it. That complete my big massive haul.
Sweet.
Fellas, what a great show tonight, y'all.
Yes, sir.
G,
It was fun.
let everybody know what you got going on tonight.
Oh, I have nothing going on tonight. It's all going to be all over in Jeff's show. My
Okay, that's
show
right.
is going to be on
Which
his show
is- which
tonight.
is-
Go check out Jeff at 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock.
And
All
right now, I think in a few minutes is going to be Mr. White Gloves. I put the link in your description, I think.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Thank you very
Who
much,
that?
brothers. It was awesome.
What you got going on over there, man?
Well, on my channel, I just did a video of not top 5, but 5 books that I've been invested in. Kind of been buying certain books while they're at a low point in my opinion. Before we get a white vision moment or something like that. So I've been doing those videos. My second video doing that. I'm probably gonna continue to do that. I've noticed some people like it. So you can check that video out Wednesday on Spine Ticks channel. We do a show called PSA Tendencies, dealing with sports cards, and it's basically the same thing like the comics. So we just talk about sports cards, grading, that new Top Shot with NBA. We got that on Wednesdays at I think it's like a 5 Central. I think we start, it might be a little bit earlier or later, depending on what other shows, because we try not to overlap other shows. And on my channel on Thursday, I do auctions on my channel Thursday 6 Central. Try to give people an alternative to buy comics other than eBay at a cheaper price. A lot of people don't like to deal with eBay. At least when you're dealing with face to face with a person, you can see somebody's face. And I would say 99% of the time we ship way better than eBay. You may have that little 1% that the post office, it don't matter how good you ship, they throw it through it or they run over it, But so I got my auction on my channel every Thursday at 6 Central. So that's all I got going on.
All right. Stay
Hey,
focused.
I got a rant on one thing though.
Oh, shit.
About eBay shit. Now I received a lot of comments. The final issue of this, I had to order this separate from that lot. This motherfucker decided to ship the book without any protection, no boards, just in a regular ass package. And when I opened the package, the book had first of all, when I took it out the mailbox, I knew something was wrong. Like, wait a minute, this better not be a comic book. And I was shaking it. It's a fucking comic book. Oh my goodness, somebody's gonna get 1 star and gonna get buried on eBay on my feedback. And so it was this issue. And as soon as I see a little bit on the side there, I'm like, all right, I ain't fucking buying from this seller again. I'm giving them -1 star. I said, first of all, slow shipping because the book got here almost 2 weeks late. And trash ass package. I literally said trash ass package. How the fuck you gonna package a fucking comic with no protection, no force or nothing? I had a book came to my house wrapped around a Target bag.
Let it out, Jace. Let it out, Jace.
He motherfucker had newspapers surrounding the book.
Let it out,
sir.
sir.
Gave effort. He's gave effort, man. This motherfucker just put the book inside the package and that's it. Man, what the fuck is going on here?
I'll take you well by side.
Jace hit him with the Bernie Mac.
I saw that shit. I was upset when I saw the package.
Hey,
This
man,
motherfucker put a book inside a little package with no protection.
shit make me madder than piss poor packaging, man.
Man, what the
Oh, it's the worst.
I mean,
I like when they say, "I've never had this issue before."
I don't know what happened.
I received X-Men books last year. Dude used a whole bunch of newspaper to surround it. I mean, literally, like, dang.
You want me to tell you one worse than that, or better, whatever you want to say? I received a Hulk 181 slab and a bubble mailer.
Oh, what? Wow. Was it cracked?
Surprisingly, it wasn't. But I was like, when I saw it, I said, "Oh my God, is this gonna be in pieces?"
God, I would have been hot.
Like, I mean, I just don't understand people, man. Like, they want you to pay these asinine prices, and then they ship them to you in a used brownie paper towel.
After they charge you $25 shipping.
Oh boy.
And a Honey Nut Cheerios box.
That shipping. I'm expecting the book to arrive on time. No, like, no excuses. That Nova Lot, I ordered that Nova Lot on a Thursday afternoon, and it came Tuesday.
The Target bags are strong.
Four fly bag.
Hey, Jace, you want to see something funny? Watch my video about I did a haul video. I received some books that were shipped out December and February. I didn't even know what it was. I said, "What is this?" I looked at the date. It said December 18th. I said, "What the hell? I get December 18th? This is 2 months ago."
Yeah.
I didn't even know what it was.
I had a lot of orders last month because you had stuff that the snowstorm in Texas. So I had about 3 orders stuck in Texas for damn near 3 weeks, including 2 Funko Pops, man. Hey, geez. I think I posted a whole. I think I talked about one of my games. It was Afro Samurai. That shit went through 4. It's supposed to go to Texas to Florida. It went up north. And like, what are you doing going up north? You're supposed to be going in Florida. I'm thinking the package is local. I even messaged the guy like, "Yo, my package is in damn fucking Virginia. What is it doing?"
Hey,
I took a refund. So,
I worked in the post office, so I know somebody put the package in the wrong bin and it went straight to
Hey, what are they doing?
Hey, man, I tell you what.
They stuck in Texas for weeks.
Hey, who that? He a sportsman. He'll enjoy this one. So, like, if you order a card on eBay, like a sports card, the fucking shipping that these dudes be charging is asinine on them, man. It's like you get a card and it's like $7 shipping for a fucking baseball card.
One card, one card. And then they don't put the shipping label right on there. I had a card circle Atlanta for a week. It departed Atlanta, arrived in Atlanta every day for a week. I said, "What is going on?" I told the dude, I said, "Are you playing with me, bro? Ain't no way this thing been in Atlanta for over a week now." It finally arrived 3 weeks later.
It don't travel through Atlanta without even leaving the state.
It got stuck in the Hicks.
I could have drove to Atlanta, had fun, and came back.
Right?
It's just like, oh my God.
It's terrible.
But yeah, they charge too much for them cards. That's just ridiculous. You can ship cards for like $3.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless it's an expensive card, you don't need to put that much. If it's an expensive card, yes, I understand. Yeah, share my card. But if it's not expensive, it's like $2-3 for one card. Just protect it really well and ship it.
Yeah, I got a couple of Marvel cards, like the 92 cards.
Yeah.
And free shipping. Pick what you want, free shipping. And it came protected around the little, like this. They were stuck in between all this, just hold it up.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Like
some bubble wrap around it and then throw it inside of a mailer.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, with that, we are out. We'll be back next week.
This is how Tops send them to you. Tops will send them to you like this. When you get a card from Tops, this is what they're going to send it in. So, I mean...
You're trying to get me the rank. I'm not going to fall for it, Remo.
Once you do.
I'm not gonna do it tonight. Turn over to me 21. I'm not gonna do it tonight. But right now,
That's how I got a Dwayne Reed. Was inside of
Look, I got a card shipped like this, so this is even better.
I got one in a flat envelope. I got one in a regular legal envelope.
I haven't even opened it yet, but I got one shipped like this, and then I feel more bubble wrap inside.
All right, well, with that, we are out, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody have a great night for Sean, Al, Rico, Who Dat, G-Man, Jace, X,
Nice.
Larry, wherever he is, Weldon, wherever he's hiding.
And for Christ's sakes, can we
still stuck in 2000?
Yeah, we need to get TC on here, man. I need to see TC, man.
Good luck on that. Hey, man, that's like getting slapstick in the MCU. You won't be getting it.
I'm like TC done retired on y'all, man.
Yeah.
He low key retired.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Everybody have a great night.
All right, everybody.
Peace out, y'all.